I left work, and it was almost dark, and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta get home."
Like the extra hour of sleep was really worth it. That was like the most hours of sleep I've ever gotten in like years. But like, could we just change the clocks back now?
Yeah.
Like, usually, like we record these around like anywhere from 6 to 7 p.m. and it's typically still daylight by the time we get here. We're both like 15, 20 minutes away from Antoine's house. So leaving my house at like 5 something and it's pitch black outside, like it's 11 p.m. is just a huge mood killer. Because it's not like we started this in March when daylight savings time literally began.
Right.
So this is our first time kind of going through this.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the daylight savings.
It's midnight outside.
Do you know why they created the daylight savings?
No.
It's so that children in that go to school in the morning wouldn't get hit by cars in the morning. So they wanted to have it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive. You can look this up. They wanted to have the sun up when the kids were waiting outside at the bus stop.
Right.
Because there was a lot of accidents that happened previously where kids would get hit by cars and stuff like that because there's a lot of kids out and the sun was not up yet. So that's why they created daylight savings.
Was it permanent at the time?
Huh?
Was it permanent like all year round at the time for daylight savings?
Because I think it's the same way it's now.
If you really think about it, it's only like 4 months that the kids
but
daylight savings time.
I thought daylight savings was okay. So like back in like BC and AD when
they didn't do that.
Listen, I'm still talking. You had an hour to talk about your. Okay.
Could you imagine the Sumerians?
Listen,
we got to step back the clocks.
Listen. So back in those times where before clocks were a thing, before anything was a thing, when people that lived in our humble land, that's stolen land.
Okay. Continue.
Correction.
Continue.
But people once winter came around, the sun set earlier. So it was a telltale sign to the people that winter is coming.
Okay.
So daylight savings is a sign to us now that winter is coming.
You know what?
That's what you think it is?
Wait, he raises a really good point.
What?
Because you want to be home when it's dark out, and if there's an overnight blizzard, you want to get home early so that way you're not trapped out there. Maybe that's a reason.
No, I just told you what the reason.
No, I'm just.
I don't
I'm
think
saying,
it's because kids are getting killed by cars.
That was the actual reason.
Well,
they don't do the daylight savings in other countries.
They do move the clocks. In England, they move the clocks.
All right, well, maybe in like Western, but like you go to China or you go to like Indonesia, they don't do daylight savings.
I don't know if they do or they don't, but I know in most places they do move the clocks. So it really just depends.
I love the sleep.
It's a US
I love the sleep, so I'm not complaining. But
it's just one day.
I'd rather not drive home at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and have headlights on.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
I do know not every state follows it. I know Arizona stays in one time.
Do they?
Yeah, they stay because during daylight savings time, they're in the mountain time zone, and then during standard time, they're in the Pacific time zone. It really depends. I think Hawaii also doesn't do it either.
I like that about them.
But yeah, hopefully, I know they've been trying to make daylight savings time permanent. Hopefully, they could do it soon.
Permanent?
Yeah.
Meaning that you don't set the clocks back.
You don't set the clocks back?
No, we're permanently in daylight savings time.
I thought it was the opposite way.
No.
Wait, what do you mean permanently in daylight savings time?
Like there's a law that's trying to get passed. It already got passed by the House like a year or two ago. The Senate still has to review it, but they're trying to make daylight savings time permanent in the US,
gotcha.
which would be amazing.
Which would maximize the amount of time
that
the sun is out while we're awake.
Correct.
Got it.
So the winter solstice wouldn't be as bad.
I'm for that.
Wait, that would maximize the amount.
That would maximize the amount of time the sun is out when we're awake.
Correct. So you're not moving the clocks back at all. So
correct.
So the winter solstice, for example, instead of the sun rising at like 7 and setting at like 3, it would rise at like 8 and set at like 5.
Correct.
That would be like a day. But
correct.
That's a story.
So we're not changing the clock.
That's something we could talk about another time because we got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
So what's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode number 30 of the Floor Spacer podcast. Tyler Schwartz, Anthony Cavino, and Giovanni Squatteri coming at you from the studio. Lads, 3-0. We've hit the big 3-0.
Wow.
We're about to be at our 7th month mark of the pod, 8 months total of shorts. How are we feeling?
30 is crazy.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a month now.
I don't think 30 is as crazy.
We've been in here recording episodes for a month.
Wait.
30 episodes. If you
yeah.
yes. But no, I don't think 30 is as crazy once we get like to 50 or like 75.
Yeah, just be in the moment. Stop looking ahead.
Yeah, stop looking ahead, bro.
If your head's all the way in the future, you're going to get anxious, bro.
The one thing you've told me about both Knicks trades is that we're talking about the now.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to change the energy?
30 in the present. Right now, it's not looking good for us. So maybe I got to...
I tried to warn you.
We'll get into that.
Yes, we'll get into that.
I have some nice mock-up trades that might be interesting.
Oh, wow.
That might tickle your armpits.
This is actually, it's called Tickle the Fancy, the British shout out Prince. But this is actually a rare episode. Antoine's going to do a lot more of the talking.
Yes, I'm doing a lot of talking.
Which is good timing because my allergies are wrecking my soul.
Oh, yeah.
But we do have a lot to talk about today. I'm going to let you all know what we got on the docket. So for episode 30, the big dog, we have a couple retirements to talk about. So we'll go through that. We have a free agent that we need to talk about. It's drawn a lot of controversy, so we'll talk about him as well. A couple injuries that happened. A lot of rumors surrounding the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo. We'll talk about them. We'll talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers and my victory lap. You'll find that out at some point later in the episode. The tier lists are back. I won't talk about what it is yet. We'll talk about once we get to it. And obviously the time, this episode will drop on Wednesday, November 6th, right? November 6th. The in-season tournament starts the following Tuesday, so we're going to predict all 6 in-season tournament groups, the NBA Cup. And then it's Antoine's turn for shower thoughts. So this will be a longer episode, which is fine. A lot of our other episodes starting to get a little bit less in time, so I don't mind this one going a little bit longer. So as far as everything else, if you guys are new around here and you are on YouTube, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We're closing on 3,500. Be sure to hit the bell, that way you don't miss an upload. If you're on Spotify audio platforms, give us 5 stars, follow us, answer the polls, follow us on our socials, get Gio to 1 million followers. And
you know what? Do it.
Get
me to 1 million followers.
Get Gio to 1 million followers. And yeah, I mean, I would tell y'all to go out and vote, but this episode's coming out the day after the election day. So hopefully y'all did go out and vote.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully y'all did.
If you voted, just answer in the comments.
Yeah, let us know if you voted.
Yeah,
because we want. I mean, you want to exercise your right to vote.
Exactly.
So, and if you aren't registered, be sure you register. So for the next election, whenever that may be, you're able to vote.
Yeah.
And as far as that goes, lads, are there any final words before we get into the first segment?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. So retirement seems to be the flow of, I guess, this NBA season so far. We have another retirement, actually 2, but one is quite notable compared to the other one, which is going to close out the segment, but it's still notable. So I don't want to be shading players. If this player is going to watch the pod and says, "Oh, they're not notable." Well,
imagine he watches the pod.
Yeah, players do watch podcasts. Like
correct. That's
someone did a TikTok of like swapping NBA players' hairstyles, and they made Jalen Williams bald, and he commented with like a bunch of emojis.
I remember really that. Yes.
So yeah.
But yeah, back to the main retirement we're going to get into is somebody that has a funny last name. That as a kid growing up, I thought was pretty funny.
He's happy.
But it's not funny anymore because we're mature now. But Rudy Gay, former Memphis Grizzly, former Toronto Raptor, not an All-Star, which I was shocked to find out about.
Really?
He's never been an All-Star.
He could have been in our non-All-Star draft.
He might be the Jamal Murray of role players.
Yeah. When I looked him up, I was shocked to find out that he is not even a one-time, which I thought he was 1 or 2-time, but he was never selected to an All-Star game in his career.
I need to know his career averages.
Bro,
I have it.
I have them?
I have
All right, get into that,
bro. He averaged 20 in 3 of his seasons. He never made the All-Star team. That's
so,
crazy.
As I just said, Rudy Gay played 7 years in Memphis. After that, went 2 years in Toronto, 4 in Sacramento, 4 with San Antonio, and 2 in Utah, which we kind of forget. I know mostly because of Memphis and Toronto. Sacramento, San Antonio.
How many years
Utah.
total is that?
17.
17.
17 to be exact. So we're going to get into some background. Rudy Gay was born in our backyard across the river in Brooklyn, New York.
Really?
Born in Brooklyn, New York.
Home of the better New York.
He went to UConn. He was the 5th overall recruit in the 2004 class going into UConn.
Nice.
He was drafted in 2006 by the Houston Rockets, 8th overall. Was then traded a few days later to Memphis for Shane Battier. Heat legend. Shane Battier went to Houston. He went to Memphis.
Okay, so the dots are being connected now.
Yeah, we're starting to find the plot.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Starting off in his rookie year in 06 and 07, he made all-rookie with the Memphis Grizzlies. He finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting with 10.8 points per game, which is...
Who finished first that year, do you know? What year was that?
06, 07.
I actually have the poll right here.
You have it?
You want to fact
Rookie
check?
of the Year was Brandon Roy.
Oh my goodness.
Who was second?
I love Brandon.
It was Andrea Bargnani.
Oh, forget that guy. The worst Knicks player of all time.
You didn't know who was the first pick.
Yo, the Raptors fleeced the Knicks, by the way, in that trade.
Actually, Bargnani was one person voted for Bargnani. Otherwise, it would have been a unanimous Rookie of the Year for Brandon Roy. But back to Rudy Gay.
Yeah. So, like I said, Rudy, he finished third in Rookie of the Year voting, as I said. So Rudy, his only accolade was the All-Rookie team in 06 and 07. That was it. Nothing after. He played in 1,120 games total with the average of 15.8 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, and literally 2 assists a game, 2.0.
I've seen some Hall of Famers with those stats.
His career splits shooting-wise, he was a 45% shooter, 34.5% from 3, and then 80% from the free throw line, which is decent.
It's like average, yeah.
But yeah, Rudy, I only know Rudy from Memphis because of Conley, Tony Allen, Rudy, Z-Bo, and Gasol. That starting five was very lethal growing up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're
good.
That was just, and then Toronto, I don't know who was in Toronto with him, but I remember when he got traded there.
Yeah. I remember him on the Kings for sure.
The Kings
really
Rudy Gay was underrated.
Yeah.
But Memphis is obviously when he was in his prime. He had a really early prime.
He did.
He kind of fell off a little bit later on in his career. I mean, he only played in one. He didn't play in. He only started in one game 2 years ago. Didn't start any last year.
Didn't he tear his Achilles like kind of early?
He never missed any games.
No?
So he never missed a season. He played 18 games in 2014, so maybe that was when he hurt himself.
I think he tore his Achilles one year. I remember that. What year was that? 2018?
2014.
2014? Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Rudy is a guy I used in NBA Jam all the time with, I think it was him and Z-Bo was a team, but Rudy was a shooter, Z-Bo was a dunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and the old Memphis jerseys, which I think was like the old teal, they dark navy blue, I think it was.
Yeah, they still wear them. Just different font.
And then, I remember him solely from NBA Jam, but of course, watching him on that Memphis team, really, I kind of thought he was a better 3-point shooter than 35%.
He was more of a mid-range guy.
I was going to say, I think mid-range.
Yeah.
And like kind of even a dunker. He was a great dunker.
Remember,
as well.
his prime was before the pace and space era. So this was kind of in that, early 2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s. Yeah. Pace and space kind of started in 2014.
The Curry era.
Yeah, once Curry kind of took over the league as far as that goes.
Changed the NBA for sure.
Really crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you guys have any thoughts, favorite moments of Rudy's career? I can think of a few off the top of my head. I think game winners.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
A few game winners I can remember from him.
He had some crazy dunks too.
Okay.
Posters. Yeah. He's very athletic as well.
I wouldn't say I won't necessarily talk about the moments. I just think we're seeing a lot of guys that have retired that have grinded out long careers. And I think it's really impressive for someone like Rudy Gay to be touted as just someone really, really good, but unfortunately never really had the accolades to back it up. And he probably could have retired a few years ago on a high. Unfortunately, really didn't. But look, I think he really was good in those last couple of years as far as a mentorship roles go.
For Utah?
For Utah, yeah, because they have a really young team. So I'm curious to see what he does next. But as far as Rudy Gay, I mean, just someone that's well respected, someone well loved, someone that everyone knows, and he was that guy.
Yeah.
I could have never predicted Gordon Hayward retiring before he did, because I think Rudy was, of course, a lot older when Gordon Hayward was.
Yeah, he was in the league longer.
Rudy was a vet when Hayward was drafted.
Right, but remember, Gordon Hayward broke his leg and had other knee injuries and stuff like that. His body was kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
Whereas they didn't, guys like Gordon Hayward, guys like Joe Harris, they didn't want to end their careers on the lowest of the low.
Right.
Retire before the disastrous stuff happens. And I think that's kind of essentially it with Rudy Gay. Is that just credit to him on an illustrious career, role player Hall of Fame. Won't make the Hall of Fame.
He did tear his starter.
Yeah.
He's a starter Hall of Fame.
No, I mean, role players are also starters.
Yeah.
So, Michael Porter Jr. is a role player, and he's a starter.
Right.
So,
Fair.
he'll make the role player Hall of Fame. I don't think he has enough accolades to make the Hall of Fame.
Not a chance. He was never an all-star.
He was just a guy.
Yeah. But no, I do remember this one play from Rudy when he was playing against the Miami LeBron team.
The Heatles?
The Heatles.
Yeah.
And I think he crossed up Braun, got past Bosh, and slammed it on Chris Anderson or something like that. And that's when I was like, okay, this guy's pretty good.
He's him.
He's pretty good, yeah. So that was a moment that I remember specifically about Rudy, for sure. But then he tore his Achilles in 2017, actually, to be specific. And that's probably when his career was
Oh, yeah, he only played 30 games in the 2016-17 season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, quite unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Look, I think he can hang his head high, bowing out after 17 seasons.
I mean, he crossed up LeBron James.
Yeah.
Who else can say they did that,
Very, very few people.
Prime LeBron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
LeBron's, I think every year is prime LeBron at this point.
But this is LeBron, best player on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Cross up, he was a defensive player of the year candidate, cross him up.
Early to mid 2010s LeBron was prime. I mean,
definitely.
He's 36 or 37, so yeah, I mean, good career.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts regarding Rudy Gay before we move on to just the last quick little retirement?
No.
Let's
get on.
Talk about him, yeah.
DJ Augustin is our second retiree, who he'll actually be 37 in 4 days.
That old?
6 days.
That's
November
crazy.
10th. He'll be 37.
Bro looks like he's 28.
So DJ Augustin, a notable backup point guard to a lot of teams. 10 to be exact, a third of the league he played for. Wow. So Orlando and Charlotte is his longest tenures, 4 years each. Mm-hmm. Then comes OKC and Houston with 2 years, and then it just falls to a year after that with Indy, Chicago, Detroit, Milwaukee, Denver, Lakers, and Toronto.
That's insane.
The best season he had for the 1 year team was shockingly Denver, which was his second highest scoring year.
What
ever? Much? He had 11.6 points per game that 1 year in Denver.
He was balling.
Yeah, he was hooping. DJ Augustin, we all know the travel when he was in OKC. I mean, I don't recall laughing so hard at a play in my entire life than that. Mm-hmm. But if we do want to give DJ Augustin the credit he deserves, so let me ask you, Gio, who won the 2019 NBA Finals?
Oh, that was Was that the Warriors?
The year before the Lakers.
Oh, that's the Raptors.
The Raptors.
Yeah.
What happened, the Raptors' first game in the playoffs, DJ Augustin popped off and hit a game-winning three to win the game. And that was the big moment for DJ Augustin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Magic fans remember that game so much. Shout out to the Orlando fans.
Yeah.
But in that game, I'm pulling it up right now, he went off for 25 points, 6 assists on 9 of 13 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3. So shout out DJ Augustin, man. A role player that I have a lot of respect for. Mm-hmm. And yeah, crazy how he never wound up on the Nets. I thought he at least would once. But
yeah. I view DJ as a lesser Chris Paul. No, but genuinely, they're both around the same height, same play style, skill set.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't think DJ got as much of a opportunity as Chris Paul early in his career. And and Chris Paul's just an all-star.
I would say he was a more scoring-focused point guard, as Chris Paul's more of a playmaker.
No, they both are playmakers, I would say.
But Chris Paul's on a whole other level of playmaking. It's just so hard to compare with that.
Yeah.
DJ, in his rookie year, he had all-rookie, similar to Rudy Gay.
Okay.
In Charlotte, who were the Bobcats at the time he was drafted.
Okay.
But yeah, after the all-rookie year, it was that. He got 6th Man of the Year votes in 2013-14. He finished 7th in Indiana?
Yeah, he played for 2 teams that year.
The 2 years, Indiana and...
No, he played for Charlotte. He played for Chicago and Toronto.
Chicago and Toronto. Oh, yeah, I see that.
What year?
Yes, 2013-14. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
We obviously wish both Rudy Gay and DJ Augustin all the best going forward. And we'll cover any other retirements that come our way. We always start the first segment. Anytime there's a retirement, it's always about that. And lads, are there any final thoughts regarding these retirements before we get into the next segment?
No. Let's move on to what did we have? Oh, we have a player move.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We're moving into our next topic, which is Lonnie Walker, who's become a staple in our recent episodes. And now he's found a home, but it's not in the U.S.
Hold on.
It's in Europe.
Nets legend Lonnie Walker.
Legend Lonnie Walker. He's found a home. Unfortunately, it is not in our very own league. It's in the EuroLeague, specifically in Lithuania.
Yes.
Lithuania, which is where Kristaps is from, correct?
Porzingis? No. Porzingis is from Latvia. Domantas Sabonis is from Lithuania.
Sabonis. So he's going to the Sabonis land.
Pretty sure LaMelo Ball and LiAngelo Ball also played in Lithuania.
No, they might have, but I think
they did.
Before the NBA draft, LaMelo played in Australia.
Yes.
Yeah. So Lonnie Walker signed for Zalgiris Kaunas.
You just offended so many Lithuanians.
I'm so sorry. Zalgiris Kaunas.
That's a whole Kaunas.
So it's a standard deal from what I've seen. The deal includes an NBA buyout clause until February 18th. So if any team activates that buyout clause, they can immediately get Lonnie Walker to come back to the NBA,
which he will,
and play.
Yes.
And before we started, I think Legion Hoops or NBA Central tweeted that the Denver Nuggets are going to be hot on his tail before that buyout clause expires next year. They have a lot of time.
As they should be.
So we'll see if the Denver Nuggets pounce on that before February 18th. They have a lot of time, but if injuries occur, they could pounce on that well before the new year.
They should pounce on him right now.
No, there's a reason why they didn't.
Okay.
Because the buyout, they would have had to pay him, I think, $2 to $3 million for the contract. The buyout clause is only $460K.
Oh.
So easy money.
Okay.
So they could do it. They could do it next week. They could do it next month. They could do it tomorrow.
Okay.
But I don't think they're going to do it now. Let Lonnie get his legs under him because he hasn't played.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The Looney Walker dude, man.
I still think any help can help the Nuggets right now in terms of their bench.
I'm just shocked no one signed him. Like not even Milwaukee could use him desperately. But look, I mean, Lonnie, it's so strange because he's only 25. And
it's crazy.
He's got so much to offer. I mean, he was just a huge scoring punch off the bench for both the Nets, Lakers, Spurs, and someone that also has a history. And I'm glad he's gotten through all those tough times. And it just sucks to see that no one in the NBA could give him any chance. I mean, the Celtics gave him a chance in preseason,
right? But
it didn't work out because the roster is just so stacked.
Yeah, they're stacked.
But he did say in an interview after one of the Nets games last year, he wants to find a forever home. And I think that's the one. He was unfortunately the main casualty of the Mikal Bridges trade because I think if we did keep him, we would have given him a long-term deal. But once we traded Mikal, he's way too good for our tank. There was no reason to keep him. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm very confused at why he's not on an NBA team right now. I think the man is a proven talent in the NBA for multiple seasons, so it's only a matter of time whether or not he's going to be on a team. So yeah,
I can't wait to see him suit back up in the NBA.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be with the Nuggets. You'll see.
I think it should be. I just don't see any other team offering a better role for him.
It has to be a contender,
right? Yeah, and because he doesn't make anything over the MLE, anyone can sign him. Because if anyone gets bought out making $13 million or more, you can't sign for any team over the first apron. So the Nuggets wouldn't have been able to sign him.
Oh,
but now that obviously, the Nuggets, if let's say Ben Simmons gets bought out, $41 million, only teams under the apron can sign him. So that's kind of how the CBA works with that regard.
Yeah, I'm still not caught up on how that works.
That's kind of how, when Kyle Lowry got bought out, he made $30 million. The Sixers were under the first apron, so they were able to sign him.
Okay.
Aside from the Nuggets or anyone like that. So that's kind of a little CBA talk.
Okay. I got to look into that more because I'm not completely caught up on the whole CBA and all that stuff. It's
very confusing.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts, Antoine, on Lonnie?
He shouldn't be playing in Lithuania. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, of course. I'm curious to see how many games he plays for them, if he's going to be one of the top scorers in the EuroLeague, which I'm sure he'll be up there, because I think his talent is a little too good for EuroLeague, not to discount how great the EuroLeague can be, but, he's great size, proven scorer, as Gio mentioned, who should be still in the NBA. I'm surprised, the Wizards or the Blazers, any one of the bottom barrel teams could use depth, and he's perfect depth for them. I could understand maybe because he would have cost them a little more compared to the guys that are on rookie deals or vet minimums. But this route, I guess, if Lonnie wanted to go to Europe to experience it and that's why he included this buyout clause in his deal to keep his legs fresh and not be sitting at home until a team decides to call him. It just helps him stay healthy, helps him stay, I guess, in the basketball mindset and not kind of just be away. Mm-hmm. It's tough when you don't have teams, wanting to sign you like that, I guess.
I think they do want to sign him, but they just weren't able to. And I think specifically, that he turned down offers maybe from other NBA teams because he wants to go to a specific team. And here's my theory. He wants to go to the Nuggets. Okay, because he wants to be.
It's crazy. It's
I'm promoting.
agenda.
I'm pushing my agenda.
This
okay,
is a crazy.
He wants
take.
to go to the Nuggets because of 2 reasons.
Yes.
Russell Westbrook is there. That's number 1.
You mean the guy that's shooting?
No,
like
listen. No,
25%
I'm not talking
from the
about his
field?
shooting. Don't even bring that up right now. Okay, he's gonna fix that.
I know what Gio's about to say.
Lonnie Walker had his best season when his point guard was Russell Westbrook when they came off the bench together. Or actually, I think Russ started. But either way, Russ was playing a lot of minutes with Lonnie Walker. And he had his best season scoring, I think. We can fact check that. But a very high season scoring for him that season. Reason number 2 is the Nuggets they're supposed to be contenders. They're not playing like it right now.
Right.
But they're supposed to be contenders, and Lonnie Walker wants to be on a good team. He doesn't want to be on the Blazers, the Wizards. He doesn't want to be on those teams. I don't think so, at least.
I mean,
that's my theory.
My counter to that, one is it doesn't actually make as much sense for the Nuggets because he's literally just a redundant piece to Julian Strawther as just your scorer off the bench as like a 2-guard.
Except he's a better defender and more athletic.
Julian Strawther's actually not a bad defender. He just gets in foul trouble a lot. He has the cat problem. But with Lonnie, I don't think he turned down offers because he was so desperate for a contract. It wouldn't have mattered. Like, let's say he signed with Portland. He easily gets traded to a contender in February. Like, it's so obvious. Okay. And I wouldn't necessarily say, Antoine, that a bottom feeder would want him because he's, like I said, he's too good for a tank. So a team kind of mid, like Atlanta, would have been a perfect spot, or a team in that sort of
that's a good point.
In that sort of situation, like New Orleans, I think another prime example of that.
Well, they got a lot of guys though, but
they do. But remember, they're not a durable team. We'll talk more about them later. Mm-hmm. But I think with Lonnie specifically, I don't think the Nuggets are the best fit long term. But based on their current situation and their shooting or lack thereof, I think it's a match made in heaven. To be quite honest,
I don't think anyone's looking to give him a long term.
No, not right now.
To be honest,
and I don't think anyone will, which is so strange because the only reason the Lakers beat the Warriors in the 2023 playoffs was because of Lonnie Walker.
He dropped like 28.
Him in the fourth quarter alone, he saved the Lakers in that game. They went up 3-1. Yeah. And that was kind of it from there. But yeah, it's just strange. It really is just. It's really weird. Yeah. It's almost like it's a paradox, I think, with Lonnie. How could someone so productive and so good?
First, define paradox for the viewers.
Yeah,
I don't think even I know what that means.
Let me pull up the definition of paradox. Let's get a little vocab in.
Yeah, it's a good word.
A seemingly absurd or self-contradictory statement or proposition that, when investigated or explained, may prove to be well-founded or true. So Lonnie, a really good player that's productive on and off the court, can really help. He's proven to help playoff teams, yet didn't get a contract. So,
what a word.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like, comment paradox in the comments, because that's a word right there.
Yeah, the Lonnie paradox.
Yeah, I like that.
So, just really, really strange. I still don't understand. But I don't think we ever will understand if we're being honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
So, do we have any final comments? Concerns? Any predictions? Antoine, where do you think Lonnie will wind up?
Oh, back in the NBA.
No, but what? The NBA.
What team?
Yeah.
Adamantly in the NBA.
In the NBA. I knew it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's go with Phoenix.
What?
Phoenix.
Oh, I thought you said Knicks.
No.
Phoenix.
Phoenix? Yeah. I still think Denver's most likely right now. We'll see later on if any teams make win now moves.
Cleveland.
Cleveland, I don't know if there's enough room for him in Cleveland, to be honest with
you.
you.
They don't need bro over there.
They do not.
They're hooping. So you can talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later. But since this segment's only 10 minutes long, we might as well just segue into the next story. So we got some injuries to talk about. We'll talk about the first one, the main one first, and then we'll get into the other one later. So, Antoine, who do we got?
Yeah, this one hits home because it's a fellow favorite player of mine. Paolo Banchero unfortunately sustained a torn right oblique in their victory playing Chicago the day before Halloween, October 30th. Right now, he's out indefinitely. He'll be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks, and was averaging a career high 29 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists per game.
That's a season.
That was the first 5 games. He dropped 50, career high 50 the game before against Indiana. He scored 37 first half points, which tied the record for points in the half set by T-Mac.
Did they win that game?
The Magic?
Yes.
Yeah, they beat the Pacers in overtime.
Okay,
Tyrese Halliburton hit like a circus shot 3 to tie the game.
Oh, yeah, I remember that game, actually.
Yeah. But, he scored 37 first half points, which is a tied Orlando Magic record for most points in a half set by T-Mac back in 2003.
Okay. Wow.
So he's up there with T-Mac now for that stat. But
is he going to be better than T-Mac all time?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Bro, it's his third season.
Okay.
The one thing,
it's okay, we can make predictions.
The one thing I will say about oblique injuries is that as a Yankee fan, Aaron Judge sustained a good amount of these early in his career, and oblique injuries are no joke. The oblique's kind of your muscle that goes from your side down to your, I think, early leg.
Yeah, so it's the side of your rectus abdominis, which is your abs, the 6-pack, 8-pack, whatever you got.
Yeah.
The obliques are on the side of that. And there's an internal oblique and there's an external oblique. I'm curious to know which one it is.
He tore his right oblique.
Internal or external?
I believe it was the external. I'm going to double check right now.
Yeah, because I know there's one that's usually more serious than the other.
Yeah,
I think external's more serious, but
I think if it was external, he probably would be out for a longer time.
Yeah,
but
back to what I know, baseball is completely different than basketball, but they always say in baseball that oblique injuries always last longer than the time frame they give because the oblique is so hard.
It's so huge for rotation in sports. Baseball's all rotation. That's what the obliques are.
It's basically an oblique injury in baseball is like a hamstring injury in basketball.
Yeah.
You're out way long. Same thing with soccer.
Or like a tendinitis or something like that for volleyball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he'll probably be back around Christmas. This injury hurts me way more than it hurts y'all because I had the Magic winning the in-season tournament. Yeah. Now he's going to be out for the entirety of it.
Let's go.
Oh, sir.
Hey, look, I got to win these things, bro.
No,
I'm screwed.
Didn't we bet on these things?
Yeah, I'm
Paolo
screwed.
Needs to be on the court. It's one of my favorite players
I'm not saying let's go to him being injured.
Right.
Okay? Let's be clear.
No, I know for Magic for him to
Yeah.
leave.
But I'm screwed. Like they're done. Like they're not doing shit. Like they got blown out in their first game.
Hey, well they got KCP, right? ESPN, right?
Playing like shit.
Let's talk about ESPN.
Shout out Swipe a Cam because he did tweet out that the KCP ranking was just ESPN propaganda to write off the Nuggets. We all knew this.
Please.
But yeah, I mean, this sucks. I mean, Paolo was him this entire just first week of the season, had been recognized as someone that's just been blackballed because of Wemby. I mean, he hadn't played on a national television game. The only time they had it, they flexed a game on national TV just to retire Shaq's number. I don't even think the Magic wanted to do it. I just think they needed to get something for Paolo to get on national TV. But
the Magic wanted to retire.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just so unfortunate. He was off to such an amazing start.
Yeah.
He was playing with so much energy, so much firepower. I mean, he had the rest of the team hooping.
Yeah.
And it's starting to fall apart now because Wendell Carter got hurt yesterday. But I mean, Jalen Suggs is doing all he can.
Yeah.
To try and keep the team afloat. But I mean, if you're preparing for a month and a half to 2 months without Paolo,
yeah,
I need Jonathan Isaac to step up. Jonathan, if you're watching, step up.
Also, KCP looks awful.
I mean, when you don't have Jokic on your team, you're not going to look good.
Wendell Carter, the injuries, that's not new. Goga Badadzade steps in.
He's hurt too.
Mo Wagner, brother
Suggs
steps
doing well,
in.
right?
Suggs is playing amazing
Suggs
basketball right
playing
now.
Really good.
I know he's outstanding on the defense.
He's been on
too.
fire from three.
Yeah.
He went like 5 of 6 from 3 the other night. Like
If
he's
he continues to do that,
but the production, you're losing 25 a game from Paolo.
Yeah.
It really hurts, especially because the Magic have not been blowing out their opponents.
Yeah.
So
where did we predict? Where'd you predict them to go overall?
Overall, I had them in the play-in.
The play-in?
So
7, 8?
I had them 8 because I thought, regardless of how Paolo played, I predicted the Magic to take a step backward just like the Kings did last year.
You're smart.
So
this guy had him at 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had him high, brother.
I still have him.
You still have
He was the one that had a humongous problem with me putting them in the play-in.
But, we were recording... Wait, so he had the 50-point game...
Last pod episode.
And I said, when we ended recording, I said, Paolo's 37 at the half. And Tyler's like, I think we wrote off Paolo too early. And
I said we wrote off the Magic too early.
But I heard someone said that about Paolo. Maybe it was you. I don't know.
Because everyone... Might have been.
And then he got injured in the next game.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But...
Yeah, man. Well, prayers up to Paolo. Heal up quick,
Heal up, brother.
Heal up. We need you in there.
We need Paolo playing meaningful basketball. Yeah. We need him back. He'll be back before 2025.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see his return.
Yeah.
Because this Magic team is fun.
Yeah, they're fun.
And with Paolo, it's even more fun. Yeah. So
pause.
I was about to say. So any final thoughts regarding Paolo Banchero?
No, just want him back. One of my favorite players. We got to see more highlights.
I'm surprised you liked him after he betrayed Italy like that.
No, you got to love Paolo. He's still there.
So he's a fake Knicks fan and he's a fake Italian.
Yes.
This is crazy allegations you're racking up.
Yes.
So the next injury we're going to talk about is not necessarily specific, but it's about a team, and it's the New Orleans Pelicans. Look, this is the reason, Gio, why I didn't put them as high up, because I knew what was going to happen. And for those that don't know, I put them in the play-in. I think you put them just outside the play-in. You put them in like 4th or whatever.
I think like maybe 6.
I don't know, but you put them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And we knew that this roster was, I wouldn't say top-heavy, but
injury prone,
fragile, I think is the best way to put it. The fact that you're playing Herb Jones at the 5, who's only 2 or 3 inches taller than me and only outweighs me by like 50 pounds, I think is a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Considering I'm a lamppost, but like guys will get hurt. And correct me if I'm wrong, Antoine, but it's Herb Jones that's injured. DeJounte Murray, we already talked about last week, that got hurt. And was it Trey Murphy?
CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum.
Trey Murphy's coming back from a hamstring strain this week.
The problem with CJ McCollum is this is the second season in a row he's hurt his adductor. So that's an injury that causes a lot of problems.
Oh, yeah.
Herb Jones's injury is very detailed. It's actually 2 injuries.
What is it?
Oof.
It's a right shoulder strain and a small, low-grade partial thickness tear in his rotator cuff.
The thickness tear is crazy.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He's a lefty, right?
No, it's on his right side, so I think he's good. He's
sidelined for 2 weeks to a month. McCollum's 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, he should go get some PT. He'd be fine with the rotator cuff.
Problem is, though, is this roster is depleting. You don't even have DeJounte Murray, and other guys are getting hurt. The fact that Zion was the one that didn't get hurt is crazy.
He's right now. He's day to day. He has an injury he's dealing with.
No, I thought he had an illness because he missed he missed opening night because he was sick.
Okay. I don't know, but I saw that he's day to day, but he'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, but if you told me that the 2 players to get hurt on the Pelicans were not named Zion and Brandon Ingram, I would have been shocked.
Yeah.
Well, 3, Deontay too. 3, Deontay, CJ, Herb.
Well, right. I'm just talking about the next 2 that got hurt because DeJounte's was a freak accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's actually a connection with Paolo and Deontay. They both DeJounte and Paolo both got injured playing against the Bulls. Does that tell us to have a vendetta?
Josh Giddey, man.
Josh Giddey.
Okay.
Maybe the Lonzo effect, getting long-term injuries.
Okay.
I don't think no one got hurt when we played them.
No.
So I don't know. The Bulls
coincidence.
Those teams are just trying to play physical. Yeah. It just kind of is what it is.
Bulls are not bad.
Well,
they're but they can put up a fight.
They lost to a Nets team not trying to lose.
Okay,
games.
well the Nets are pretty decent. I feel like
they are. I told you Jordy would have these guys playing.
Yeah.
I told you
Jordy's not bad.
He's a really good coach.
He's a good coach.
Good coach.
So now the Pelicans are starting, presumably their entire bench unit.
Yeah, they're
for a little bit
with Brandon Ingram, who's probably not even going to be a Pelican past January.
Yeah.
But what are we thinking about New Orleans long term?
What do you mean?
How concerned are you?
I will say the guys that are on the bench are
For this year?
Yeah.
I think so. Jose Alvarado's stepping up. Jordan Hawkins is stepping up.
Yeah.
Trey Murphy's going to be back. Yves Missi posterized somebody yesterday.
He is playing a lot better than I would say him and the French guy the Hornets drafted are proving me wrong.
Giannis Salam.
Yeah. But but focus on the Pelicans. Are we concerned long term for this squad?
I'm not really concerned.
I think it's difficult. You don't want this that early in the season, especially with guys that are seriously important to your core, which are these three guys, including Zion as well. Maybe they just have a black cat running around the locker room right now. I don't know. It's bad. Like the black cat in MetLife that's still there, living underneath probably for the past couple of years.
He comes up with the craziest analogies.
Yeah. Such an Italian.
He really is.
Black cats, man. I have a cat,
Italian
but
superstition.
it's not a black cat.
Right.
Isn't that what it is? I think it's Italian superstition.
It's a superstition, yeah.
But yeah, what's it called? So I'm not concerned at all with the Pelicans. Just a couple knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone injuries. You know,
That's even more crazy. That's wild. That's like a yellow card.
That is the yellow card. But yeah, it's just like some minor injuries that they'll be back in a couple weeks. I feel like even with those two guys out, I mean, those are big pieces, right? McCollum and Herb Jones.
Yeah.
I still think Hawkins, like you were saying, Anthony, he's big time. I think he's going to step up. He already has been this season. I think Zion's going to put the team on his back, and I think they'll be fine 2 weeks.
I disagree.
Okay.
This is red flag energy that I'm getting from the New Orleans Pelicans, in the sense that they've lost 4 of their last 5 games.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I mean,
bad.
you lost one of them to the Portland Trailblazers.
What's their record right now?
They're 3-4.
Okay.
They won their first 2 games, then they lost to Portland, then they got swept in both games by Golden State, and they beat Indiana, who was I think they'd rested guys that night, and they just lost to Atlanta. So you're playing Portland again tonight. I just don't see this formulating to anything successful, because when they come back, more are going to drop like flies. And
Are you saying out of the play-in?
No.
Okay.
There'll be a play-in.
It's early.
I think it's just concerning when your role guys are getting hurt. Because when your star player gets hurt, you wait for them to come back because your role players are your safety net. Your safety net's gone. So if you have guys out long term, and God forbid Zion goes down, this team's fucked.
Well, yeah. I'm betting on Zion staying healthy, and if Zion's healthy, this team's a contender.
That's well, I
In
don't know.
in terms of
not a contender.
playoff contender.
They're a good,
not a championship contender.
They're a good playoff team.
Yeah.
They could be competitive, but they're not a contender by any means.
Yeah. Not a championship contender, but a playoff spot contender.
Yeah,
We'll
I just have concerns, and I think this team really needs to be active in the trade deadline.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to have to use that Ingram contract to get someone. And we'll talk more later in the season on trade deadline stuff. We got a lot of fun stuff planned for that. But yeah, I'm worried about the Pelicans, and that's been a constant even before the 3 injuries happened. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if Willie Green's still coaching these guys by the end of the season. So any final thoughts regarding the New Orleans Pelicans before we move on to the next segment?
No. Let me touch on something that Gio probably doesn't know about. But one of your favorite players is out for the season.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw.
Do you look at our group chat?
You don't look. I don't know if you saw the tweet I sent about Isaiah Jackson.
Oh my goodness.
Isaiah Jackson, another Achilles injury, tore his right Achilles.
I saw that too. He was
really bad.
In Friday night's loss against New Orleans.
Oh man.
Someone went up for a 3. And as he went to go contest it, he stepped backwards, and the Achilles it looked like a calf strain. I didn't see anything rupture, but
so it looks like the Pacers' kryptonite is the Achilles tendon this year.
Do not celebrate it.
No, I'm not celebrating.
Do not,
because I've been through Achilles surgeries, and I know how tough it is to come back from Achilles surgery.
You beast.
Mad
respect.
I had an Achilles. Well, they fixed my Achilles tendon with my feet back when I was in high school. But I'm never happy about someone getting injured. Don't say that.
No, I just know it's the Pacers.
But,
and you
no,
hate
I know, but I'm sad because these two guys are guys that were supposed to get big time minutes. Now you have really no backup big behind Miles Turner.
Yeah.
You have what's his face?
Jarris Walker?
No, he's gonna get. I think he might get traded.
He's gonna get traded.
This is where I think the Nets come in, because Rick Carlisle is a humongous fan of both Dorian Finney-Smith and Day'Ron Sharpe.
Okay.
And I don't think the Nets have any use for them. Dorian Finney-Smith just needs to get traded. There's no reason for him to be in Brooklyn.
Yeah, no.
I hope we keep Day, but if he were to go to any team, the Pacers would be a team I would accept. But yeah, it sucks for Isaiah Jackson because his future was in question with the arrival of James Wiseman,
and he was going to fill in for him now.
And he was gonna have a huge season,
right?
Because he was gonna get more opportunity, and then this happens. Is really, really unfortunate.
I am curious to see what they do with regard to the roster, because I'm unsure, because Jarris Walker's just not getting minutes.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see maybe small ball Siakam minutes at the 5. But I don't know. So we'll have to see. But we'll talk more about the Pacers in future episodes. So
hearing that just makes me a little sad and dejected. So
yeah. So we wish all these guys the best, speedy recovery. Any final words before we jump into the next segment?
Let's jump.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, into the next story, the next segment, lads. This is a big one. Didn't really expect to be talking about this, at least from Gio's perspective, because we'll talk more about that later on. But a lot of controversy has been stirred up around the Milwaukee Bucks and around, more specifically, Giannis Antetokounmpo. We all know they've gotten off to an insanely rough start with a 1-5, about to be 1-6, because they are losing to Cleveland right now. Giannis is not playing with an adductor injury. We don't know how legit that injury is, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. If the player is not fit enough to play, then so be it. We will never question their
assessment
of injury.
Yes.
So a lot of stuff has kind of been thrown around, like, oh, will the Bucks blow it up? Will there be trades? Is there a problem in Milwaukee? Is it Dame's fault? Is it Giannis's fault? Is it Doc Rivers' fault? Let's segue things over to Antoine. He'll kind of talk us through the TLDR, and then he'll probably have some questions for us regarding how we feel. So, Antoine, what do you got for us?
Yeah. So, as Tyler said, it's an abysmal start. 1-5. They're dead last.
Are they actually last?
They're dead last. They are underneath Charlotte, Wizards, all the teams. They're dead last.
That warms my heart.
Which I predicted. I said these Bucks are boo-boo caca.
Stop the cat, bro.
You didn't say dead
Stop
last.
the cat.
I said they're boo-boo caca.
He said, which I predicted.
That is totally two totally different things.
Okay. So
I'm checking to see where he put him on the
rumors.
List.
So I'm going to credit. So CBS Sports. So Bill Ryder said in a report that teams, meaning NBA teams, are circling and hopeful that Giannis might shake loose at some point this season, meaning that he's going to say, I want out. So teams are already preparing for this to happen, which could be preparing trade packages, preparing what else to do. And then Mark Stein, NBA insider, added on that Giannis has a list of credible suitors, credible in quotes, and the likely suitors, credible suitors, start
Warriors.
off. What?
Warriors. Yep.
Heat, Nets, and the Knicks. And
you forgot one. The Thunder.
And Thunder as well. Also, I will say Zach Lowe and Ramona Shelburne also added that Toronto and New Orleans will be in the mix for him as well.
I love that move for both teams, though, at the end.
Woohoo. Toronto and
New Orleans.
You like the Toronto?
The Toronto one, yeah.
They have assets to move.
Yeah, they do.
They
a
do.
lot easier.
So do these other teams, though. So the Warriors, you see how they're playing this year?
Yeah.
Those guys are high value.
I didn't see OKC. That's new to me. I didn't see OKC on the list, but I guess I missed that.
I don't think OKC should do that. Who are they going to give up, Chet?
They have Lou Dort for salary.
Yeah.
They really have no use for him if they're going to get Giannis.
Do you guys want to hear the trades that were successful that I cooked up?
You can. By the way, they could also move off Hartenstein, because if you could play Chet at the 5 and Giannis at the 4, and I think it's way better.
Beautiful.
Because Hartenstein's way too much money.
Yeah.
So I cooked up a 2-team trade and then a 3-team trade. So the 2-team trade obviously is between the Warriors and the Bucks. I think the Warriors had the most to give the Bucks.
Yeah. You put them in 6, by the way.
Playing.
No.
The Bucks?
7.
Playing is 7. Okay.
Yeah. I put them in
Fair.
I put them in 5th. He put them in 6th.
I put them in 3rd.
You put them in 3rd. You said they were going to be the most dominant team in the NBA.
I did say that.
Hey,
look, we got time.
They have been dominated the most in the NBA.
Yeah.
So
okay.
No, I wouldn't say the most. I would say the Jazz are, but
so I think the most out of these teams that can give are the Warriors, and then if you were to do a 3-team trade.
okay.
So the Heat, I think it's hard because I think the talent that he can give back isn't really that much.
Yeah.
But so the Fanspo is a website, if you guys don't know, that is a trade machine and a lot of other things. So these trades that I came up with were successful in their algorithm and their whatever they use. So of course you have the Warriors taking on Giannis, just Giannis, no other players added in. And then I would have the Warriors sending Wiggins to balance the money out. And, of course, you send over their whole young core, which is Kuminga, Pods, Trace Jackson-Davis.
No way.
And then you throw in
That's too much.
Gary Payton for money as well, who's on a 1-year deal. And then Lindy Waters as well for another $2 million. And then you also send over 2 first-round picks, one in 2025 and one in 2027. This is successful in their model.
I don't like that trade in the sense of you're giving Milwaukee way too many players. They're going to have to waive like 4 guys. So, I mean, I think we can all agree the Giannis trade most likely won't be a 2-team trade. They're going to have to get a 3rd team involved.
You want to see the 3-team trade that I have?
Well, before we get into that, there's no reason for them to give up Trace Jackson-Davis. He's going to be their starting center next to Giannis. Mm-hmm. So you replace Gary Payton and Trace Jackson-Davis with Moses Moody and potentially Kevon Looney.
You can trade Moody. He just got signed. It was not.
Yeah, but
it did not allow me.
Yeah, but you can turn off the recently signed because by the time January 15th rolls around, they're going to be able to trade him.
That's what I was because it said December 18th. You can't.
Yeah, you
trade
can
them.
turn that off in the settings and it'll go through.
Okay. I didn't do that.
So,
but I did it without this.
Yeah,
this project.
And Giannis, the Bucks will, since the Bucks fucked up so bad in the Dame trade, they're going to want more than 2 picks. And considering Mikal Bridges went for 6, then Giannis will go for at least 4 or 5.
I think for this, the players balanced out the picks. That's why I only put 2.
The Bucks would have to send if the Bucks are acquiring 5 players or 6 players, they're going to have to send over a couple others, and they don't have the salaries to match it.
Well, maybe they can trade those 2 players that they can't have to another team, Wiggins. Get some picks.
Yes, but the problem is both teams are over the apron, so you have to trade like for like.
Oh,
yeah,
and it's tough.
That's fair. Okay, the 3-team trade that I have is I think a little more doable, but just a lot of pieces involved. It involves the Bucks, the Nets, and the Knicks. It's a 3-team trade with all. I'm just being a little biased here.
Right off the bat, I know this is going to be the
dumbest
thing.
I wanted to see if this could actually work, and it actually worked.
I swear, if this involves us giving them their picks back, I am walking out of this room.
So
could you imagine?
In this trade, you have Giannis going to the Knicks.
Yeah.
The Nets will acquire Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, and Marshawn Beauchamp.
I don't mind that.
Okay.
And then the return to Milwaukee is Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Dorian Finney-Smith, Mitchell Robinson. The Knicks pick...
You gave up on Bridges already?
The Knicks pick this year via Detroit, 2025. And then the Nets first-round pick in 2031.
Wow.
This trade is successful.
That's a BS trade.
That might be one of the worst trades I've ever seen in my life.
As soon as I heard Mitchell Robinson, that's when I clicked off.
Bro.
How great is this trade?
No.
In all honesty, if I were to be genuinely unbiased and rate this out of 10, 10 being the most perfect trade I've ever seen, I would give this like a 1.5.
This works out for both us and his.
Not really. I mean, we would be able to offload Chris Middleton for a first-round pick potentially or just some other assets, but I like the Beauchamp acquisition, even though I don't really think we need him. But for the Knicks, I mean...
I thought you were going to try to get your picks back.
We're not giving them back.
That's what I thought that was going to happen.
That's what I thought, but it's not going to happen. But I genuinely think that the Knicks would, if they want Giannis, there's something telling me that the Bucks, I don't know. Something tells me the Bucks would try and get Brunson.
Oh.
And I think if you're the Knicks, I mean,
do you trade Brunson for
Giannis? One of Brunson, Bridges, or Cat would have to go. One of the 3 would have to go because Josh Hart's immediately gone. One of the 3 players I just mentioned is gone.
I think Cat goes.
I was thinking about
because it doesn't make sense because Cat's your center. You need a power forward, and you know what? Actually, if I'm the Knicks, I'm getting rid of I'm trying to offload OG at that point. True. But you know, an OG Giannis defensive duo is insane. Yeah. Like that's good. Mikal Bridges is not the defender that either of them are.
Yeah.
But if you're the Bucks, I just don't know what you would want to do in that situation. Yeah. Because one, I still just don't see them trading Giannis in conference. I just can't get past that. I also just don't think it would be a smart move for the Knicks. Because here's my can I cook up with Giannis real quick? Here's my problem with Giannis, and this is why I am standing 10 toes down regarding that 2021 championship being fraudulent. Because if you look back at all the playoffs that Giannis played in beforehand, falling short in the conference finals to the Raptors.
Well, let me just say, Kevin Durant was two toes down, but you can keep going.
Thank you for that. Between that, losing to a 4-seeded Heat in the bubble, then after, before the championship, he was known as a guy that couldn't get it done in the playoffs. He was just like Embiid. Then you win the championship, and then it gives you false hope regarding Giannis because you think he can consistently do this now. When in reality, I'm like, this team was getting their backs blown out, before Kyrie went down, which I still think was intentional. And then, you lose in a 7-game series to the Celtics, which I'll give Giannis credit for. They played decently well, but they did choke a 3-2 lead. And then you lose to an 8 seed in 2023, and then you lose to a 6 seed in 2024. So Giannis, I just don't think, at least, especially not anymore, but I don't really ever think he was a winning player. As far as that goes, being the main guy to win. And I think if that trade you mentioned did go through and you have a core of Brunson, Cat, and Giannis, that's already 2 playoff droppers right there. And you're already obliterating your depth as it is, getting rid of Josh Hart. You're getting rid of Mitchell Robinson. This team's insanely top-heavy now. You're literally just relying on Deuce McBride and a dream. So I think Giannis does want to go to the Knicks. But I just don't think they can make it work. There's no way in hell. Because unfortunately for the Knicks, the only draft picks they can get rid of are not their own. And if you're the Bucks, you don't want to rely on another team's destiny. You want to rely on the Knicks. So if the Knicks really wanted Giannis, they shouldn't have given up all those picks for Bridges. And especially not trading for Cat either, because you had good assets to trade.
100%.
Like giving the Bucks Randall and DiVincenzo and maybe someone else would have worked out better.
From the words of Fetty, the Knicks GM should go to jail.
But
I would say the opposite, because Sean Marks should go to jail because we robbed the Knicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
We literally committed a robbery.
But still,
insane.
That guy he just gave it to you.
Yeah. Literally. So
yeah. I don't know.
I don't hate the attempt just from a Knicks fan perspective.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
It was a lot easier. So the Raptors one that went through was R.J. Barrett and Bruce Brown and 5 first-round draft picks for Giannis.
I don't think the Raptors want to get rid of Barrett. Bruce Brown's 100% gone, but the way Barrett's been pooping, bro. I'm
a little upset about that.
You weren't 2 weeks ago, but
I'm a little upset about that.
He's been dropping 30 plus the past 4 games,
and getting rebounds and getting assists, which he never did in New York.
Yeah.
I think New Orleans is doable for Giannis because you trade Ingram away.
Yeah.
You made also.
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine
the trade that what I did with New Orleans that went through? I think was Ingram, Herb Jones, Jordan Hawkins, and I think two or three first-round picks for Giannis.
The only thing I don't like about that is that you don't have a center. I don't like Giannis at the 5, and I don't like Zion at the 5 at all. You need a center. So I think maybe if you're New Orleans, you maybe try and get a center from a third team, maybe try and get Nick Richards or try and get Nick Claxton or someone like that. I still think the Thunder is clear and obvious the best fit as far as trade assets. Because you know what? Can I make a crazy take?
Go for it.
Dark horse, San Antonio. You pair Giannis with Wemby. San Antonio and OKC have the most draft assets not named Brooklyn to trade away as far as getting a star player. And I think if you kind of You have Harrison Barnes for salary, and I think that kind of eats away at most of the $39 million that Giannis makes. Mm-hmm. That could be like a dark horse move, but I think the Warriors or the Thunder, as far as a win now move, makes the most sense. But the Warriors have too much live body assets to give up, where the Thunder can just entice the Bucks with picks.
Yeah,
especially after they fumbled the Dame trade. So
what's the most realistic?
The most realistic that I can think of. Let me pull up the trade machine right now.
I think Miami too.
I think Warriors.
Well, I just don't see them trading in conference.
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't see it happening.
It's just ugly. I don't like it. It's ugly. It feels ugly.
Because God forbid you run into them years later in the playoffs. You don't want Giannis knocking you out.
No.
It's either Warriors or New Orleans.
I think it's Warriors.
I think as far as a Thunder trade goes, let me go.
Thunder.
Let me go to the Thunder right now, because Isaiah Hartenstein would be money. 30 mil out of the 39 mil. So you kind of give away him. You could trade Kenrich Williams. You could trade Ousmane Dieng. I mean, there's few assets you can get rid of as far as live body talent. And you have like 50 million draft picks. I mean, they have 33 picks over the next decade.
That's insane.
Like, it's insane. And they have, like, this first round alone, they have a top 6 protected from Philly. They have a top 5 protected from Houston or the Clippers. They have their own pick. They have Utah's first. They have Miami's first.
Does top 5 and top 6 mean that pick's going to be in the top 5 or the top 6?
No, so here, I'll give you an example. Like, from our trade with Mikal Bridges, we have the Bucks pick that's top 4 protected. So in the lottery, if that pick falls in the top 4, it goes to Milwaukee. If it goes 5 or later, it goes to Brooklyn. So the picks you gave us are unprotected. So no matter where the pick falls, it goes to Brooklyn. The protection just gives the team security. But when you're trading for a superstar, automatically unprotected picks. Because you're making a humongous splash. It's a risk.
All right.
So,
wow. All right, enough with this Giannis talk. Let's talk about the Cavs.
Yeah.
Because they've been on a complete, just great run so far on a burner. They're just so good, dominating. Tyler, take it away.
Well, I wanna first focus some attention to you, Mr.
God.
8 seed.
I wanted to prevent that, but
from 8 seed to 8-0. I mean, like, come on.
They're gonna have a midseason slump. You'll see.
I am a believe land.
Yeah.
Look,
still not believing.
The one thing I told you, the Donovan Mitchell distractions was the one thing holding this team back. He's fully bought into Cleveland now.
Yeah.
And look how it's performing on the floor. I mean, they're getting productive backup point guard minutes from Ty fucking Jerome. Like, no one saw that coming.
That's all coaching, if you ask me.
And that's the thing. The one thing I'm kicking myself about is not standing pat and picking Kenny Atkinson for Coach of the Year. I should have done it.
Wow.
But
you think he's got it?
In the bag. In the bag.
8 games in?
8 games in.
Wow.
There's no other team making big improvements.
Didn't I say that Cleveland is too good to be bad?
You did, but you also did put them 6th or 5th in our
fifth
in the conference.
I said they're too mid to be good.
Yeah. They're not mid. Look how good their
they're
lineup is.
mid.
No, I mean with
I don't like them.
With Cleveland specifically. Okay, I understand that because you are a Warriors hater and they couldn't get it done against them. I think that's probably why. But with Cleveland specifically, this, like, the front court duo of Mobley and Jared Allen is working.
Yeah.
Like, Mobley's becoming maybe a stretch 4 a little bit, you know? Yeah. Jared Allen had like 20 and 18 the other night. He's averaging, I think, just shy of a double-double. I think he might be averaging a double-double. But, I mean, from top to bottom, I mean, Mitchell and Garland are working. Dean Wade is giving you productive minutes. Karis LeVert can easily be a 6th man of the year candidate. This team is really good, and I think they could be a real threat in the Eastern Conference.
That's a huge statement.
Huge statement.
Against the Cells?
They play them next week or 2 weeks from now, so we'll see.
That's going to be a huge game.
As of right now, I still think the Pacers are the only team that can beat Boston.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland might have a shot.
Yeah, I don't think Cleveland has
have a shot.
A daggone chance.
We'll have to see.
Not even a chance.
I think without Porzingis, I think that's advantage to Allen and Mobley. So that's what I think.
I think just Boston has too much firepower, offensively and defensively.
Right.
Too much.
But it's fair
the Pacers can't compete with that. If they're fully healthy, they can compete with the offensive end of the Celtics. So.
Absolutely. I mean, they had the best offense in the NBA last year.
Yeah.
So it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now, I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Cavs. And I've been taking my victory laps every single W. They're about to win tonight. They are beating the Bucks.
Score?
I'm checking right
That's
now.
easy.
Bucks win this game.
The Bucks actually took the lead.
Yeah, Bucks
It's
win this game tonight.
101-94.
They got that adrenaline rush because their stars out. They're like, oh, we got to go crazy.
It's also hard to win 9 in a row.
Yeah.
Dame has 31, but he's shooting a Hall of Fame tour date. But yeah, I mean, Garland's got 27.
Yeah. What's the score? I mean, what the quarter?
Fourth.
the fourth.
Fourth just started.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of see going forward with that. But do you all have anything to say regarding Cleveland? Because I'm curious. Mainly you, because you didn't believe.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I still don't believe
Why are you hating, bro?
because I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I really don't know. I really don't know. It's just my gut is telling me like these guys are gonna fall off so hard.
Pause.
Why is that pause?
Hard.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, these guys are gonna fall off. Period.
Okay.
And they're just not gonna. I don't know. They're gonna drop. Maybe not to the 8th seed, but they're not gonna be this high the whole year.
Never know.
Okay.
Like I said, one mid
They're not
team
gonna be
overperforms.
like they have a nice little start to the season, but this is gonna fade away. And then we'll all remember how mid they really are. That's what I think.
Cap. That's straight
We'll
cap.
all remember how mid they are, just
Okay.
like last season.
Crazy.
We'll see Garland be Garland again, where he's playing great right now, but then he'll go back to the.
What do you mean? He's 10 of 14 from the field right now,
Okay,
bro.
that's actually insane.
Bro,
No,
he's-
Garland's back.
Do your thing, Garland. Do your thing.
yeah, bro, he's cooking.
Rooting for
Telling
you, bro. Not really, but
And Jared Allen is averaging 15 and 11 right now.
okay, so yeah, that's really.
Yeah.
And Mobley, what's Mobley doing?
Mobley is currently he has 14 points right now. He's averaging 18 and 9.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So with 3 assists.
And blocks, how many?
Blocks.
2?
He's averaging. It doesn't show on the main.
Probably like 2 point something.
He's averaging. He's averaging 1.6.
All right.
And he's
Not
shooting.
bad.
And he's shooting 41% from 3.
Yeah, it's really good. That's
So-
that's what's definitely gonna fall off. I promise you that.
Hey, you never
He
know.
will not shoot 41% from 3 the whole year. Promise.
Hey, we'll have to see. But any final thoughts regarding the Cleveland Cavaliers before we head into the tier list?
Mid.
Okay, let's just
They're,
move.
they're not going to be that mid.
Let's just move on.
That's good.
All right, into the next segment, lads. The tier lists are back. Let's go. Even though we did one last week, I just realized. So
Still.
yeah, still. Look, the in-season tournament starts next week at the time of recording. So by the time after this segment, we're gonna do our in-season tournament group predictions. I gotta start calling it the NBA Cup because that's essentially what it is now. But all 30 City Edition courts were released the other day, and I know you've probably seen a bunch of them. He has not, so that's
Not
good.
one.
You're getting a full blind reaction to this.
Love it.
I haven't seen a lot of them.
Okay, good.
So let's see.
So last year, the design was about the red carpet. It was just like a strip down the middle of a lighter color, which was wasn't really good.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do this year's courts. They are a lot better than last
Okay,
year's.
good.
I can confirm. So a lot of teams went more creative with their designs, and we'll see it in today's tier list. So anything to say before we get started? All right, so on the screen right now, you'll be able to see the tier list with all 5 tiers. So the top one is Cup-worthy, which is for the best courts, the best designs, all that stuff. Second tier is good design, pretty self-explanatory. It's good, but not the best. Vanilla AF is the gold standard in our tier lists. It's the perfect way to describe mid, boring, dull. It's just vanilla. We have Miss the Mark makes its return to the tier lists. Just the design was good, but we didn't really like it. And we have Raise It. Raise for the Spotify viewers, RAZE, is just to completely destroy. Like you raise racetracks, basketball courts, any type of flooring, anything flat.
So what was the first one again?
Cup-worthy.
Cupworth. Got it.
Yeah, I think Antoine wrote them down on his phone.
yeah,
You can just take a look
cup-worthy.
at.
Just
What we're going to do, because we do have our lovely Spotify audio listeners, I am going to describe the court design for each one so they can get a little bit of a glimpse, and then we'll discuss. So we're ready to get into it.
yeah.
Let's go.
All right, let's start off with the defending Western Conference champions, the Dallas Mavericks. Now, I hope you guys will be able to see from the distance because
Yeah,
you guys are like 10-ish feet away.
we see it.
So the Mavs have gone for a royal blue court with, I'm just going to assume it's Dallas in the background, even though that looks like the St. Louis Arch. But
Yes.
But yeah, what do we think of this?
Wait, so does every team have that trophy in the middle?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
everything you see in the key and in the center court is the logo and the in-season tournament trophy.
Okay. So every team's gonna have that.
Yes.
Yes, we're basically voting on the color and the design.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what do we think?
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of blue.
I'm just not a huge fan of this one, period.
It's a good design.
You like it?
It's okay. Just the St. Louis arch is what I think of when I see that, like Tyler said.
Yeah.
Throwing me off.
Yeah.
I also don't like that kind of blue they use in the middle.
Yeah.
To me, this missed the mark.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that, Tyler. This is missing the mark for me as well.
And you said
I wouldn't mind putting missed the mark.
Well, you have to do your own.
Yeah, well, good design, I'll put it in missed the mark.
Well, no, if it's good design, then it'll average out into vanilla. So.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Vanilla.
Where are you putting it?
You can put it in good design if you want. You don't have to appease to us, just your own opinion.
Yeah, I'll put it in good design.
All right, so it'll average out into vanilla.
Vanilla.
So let me write these down on my phone so I can actually edit this ahead of time when I get home. So the Mavs in vanilla. Moving on to team number 2. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've gone for full neon green. I don't know if you could see the word Timberwolves is in center court. And you have a forest design in the background, which is where the Timberwolf hangs out.
You know, this had so much potential, but this misses the mark for me.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I just don't like the neon green. I've never been a fan of that highlighter color, but I do like the design of the forest trees right there. And I think that alone had potential right there, but the color is just not doing it for me, so it's missed the mark.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it missed the mark. I think the neon and the dark gray go well together. I just don't like the gray logo.
Oh, the gray.
The gray logo is kind of putting me off.
Yeah.
The Wolves logo needs to pop, and I don't really think it did. Mm-hmm. So, and I also don't like the outer green by the baseline. So I'm going to put this in. I'm debating between miss the mark and vanilla. I don't know. What do you think?
Vanilla.
Think this is vanilla? So really, it kind of comes down to me, I guess. I think the forest design is cool, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't work for me. So I am going to go miss the mark.
Yeah, same.
So the Wolves average out to missed the mark. So let's write it down. All right. Moving on to team number 3, we have the Portland Trailblazers. So they've gone for a gray court with a red outline, and they are the Rose City, so they are rose in the background, like a textured design. What do we think?
I like this.
It's not bad.
I think this is good design off the bat.
I adore this.
Yeah?
This is cup worthy, man.
Oh, wow.
I think dark gray is good for this kind of design.
Yeah.
I think the roses in the background are so smart, and it doesn't really clash. The Blazers logo pops, and everything else kind of pops along with it. I like the City of Roses at the bottom.
Yeah.
To me, this is cup worthy.
I like it.
I'll put a good design.
Yeah, good design.
Good design? That is very fair. So the Blazers will then, you put it in good design, Gio?
Yeah.
So the Blazers will average out into good design. There we go. All right, moving on to team number 4. We have the San Antonio Spurs. So they've gone full gray. Nothing really like a textured pattern in the background, but they have the city of Texas where
the state of Texas.
The state of Texas, sorry, with the mark of the Spur on San Antonio.
Yeah.
I actually like that. I think that's pretty creative of them to just put the mark of San Antonio where the Spur is right there. I think that's pretty cool. You know?
To me, this court's just a little plain.
It is plain, but for me, less is more. So I'm going to put a good design.
Putting good design, to me, this is basic bitch vanilla as it gets.
Fair enough.
I'll put no, good design.
Good design? Wow.
Good design.
I like the gray.
It's not bad.
Gray and gold pops, you know?
Yeah, you guys like those simple monotone colors. It's too boring for me.
Yeah.
So the Spurs going in good design. It's a little surprising, to be honest. I thought they would go a lot lower, but away they go. All right, moving into team number 5, we have got the Boston Celtics.
I love this one.
So they've gone for a sort of like a green, kind of like a computery type of design, almost like high tech. You kind of got the standard TD Garden Court design, but like more green everything.
This is cup-worthy.
This misses the mark.
What?
Whoa.
No.
How?
I need some explanation.
This is cup-worthy.
Don't like it at all.
This is cup-worthy,
Give me reason.
Yo, get off the pod, bro.
No, I don't like it.
What about
it's
it? Don't
too
you like?
simple.
You're telling me this is less simple than
correct.
Than
is
San
so
Antonio.
I don't like it.
That's crazy.
This misses the mark.
Wow.
That's wild.
Misses the mark.
I'm kind of teeter-tottering between good design and miss the mark because I really hate the fact that it says Celtics and not the logo.
Correct. Also, that the same design in the court is the same wood pattern.
Which is cool, but
No.
it's just like
It's a more high-tech look.
I like
There's
this.
nothing high tech about wood designs.
And I love the green court. Like I just like it.
I'm gonna join you in Cupworthy.
Cupworthy.
Yes.
Really?
So this then would average out to good design.
good design.
Okay.
So good design since we have 2 at the top.
Good.
So the Celtics
not a good design.
go in good
Oh, are you
design.
kidding me?
That is crazy.
not
bro.
a-
Celtics,
What'd you want them to do with that?
Something better. Use a pot of gold.
Celtics
All right,
fans,
that
go
would've been
after
cool,
this
I
man.
guess.
No, I'm just kidding. Hey, I'm wearing green for Boston, so
Yeah.
you gotta give me some credit here. But yeah, good design goes Boston. Absolute robbery, but you know it is what it is.
Yeah.
Moving on to team number 6, we have the Orlando Magic. They've gone gray with the stars in the background. Very simple design. What do we think?
This is tough.
I just don't like gray. It's like the most dull color.
It is. Yeah. You know what?
It's a good
this
design.
Is vanilla. This is vanilla.
This is very much vanilla. For
This is
me.
vanilla.
It's a good design.
Good design?
Yeah.
And you said vanilla?
Vanilla.
So this will average
Vanilla.
out into vanilla. And unfortunately, I think it belongs there now that Paolo won't be playing.
Yeah.
So
Oh man.
I think
That's
it makes
fine.
the most sense. But yeah, the Magic going in vanilla. On to team number 7. We have the Memphis Grizzlies. They're still
vanilla.
using that stupid
Raise
carpet
it.
design.
You know what? Raise it.
Raise it.
Yeah,
bro.
you know what irks me so much about this court? You know how the
Raise it.
MEM on the bottom, but it's not on the top. It's
disgusting.
awful. No,
Oh, I just noticed that.
raise the
Raise this.
absolute living crap out
Destroy
of this
this one.
court. It's so bad. I hate gray. It just doesn't look good.
Fire whoever made this. Just fire.
Yeah. Why is the MEM on the bottom but not the top?
Why also is there? I was gonna say why isn't there like a white hash mark around the circle, but there's not. Yeah, I don't like this whatsoever.
Raise it.
Bad.
I hope the Grizzlies only have. Well, each team only has 2 home games.
This
but,
is
like,
this is my winner for the NBA Cup too.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
bad.
Gonna raise
bad
it.
sign.
They also have half
It's a
their
bad
roster
sign,
out.
bro.
We're gonna raise it.
Yeah, we're raising that. That shit's awful. I love you, Memphis, but like, yeah, I think
You gotta ditch that MEM shit.
you need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
So Memphis goes in raise it. We have our first team there. Still nothing in Cupworthy yet, so we'll see if anything joins it. On to team number 8, we have got the Sacramento Kings. Now, they've done the same thing as Memphis where the checkerboard design at the bottom is only on the bottom, but I think it actually works there. And then you have a king's crown kind of rippling out as the background design on the floor. So what do we think?
Vanilla.
Yeah.
I don't.
Vanilla.
What's with the gray this year?
Yeah, every team likes the gray. I mean, last year too, a lot of teams like the gray.
Last year they went a lot with yellow, and I'm glad they've kind of strayed away from it.
Yeah.
This one, I think if there's one thing gray does go well with, it's black. But like, I still hate gray. So I think I'm probably going to stick this in vanilla also.
Same.
Yeah, vanilla.
Yeah.
Easy.
Very bit underwhelming that. So the Sacramento Kings will jump into vanilla. We're kind of moving through these a little quicker than usual, which is good. So hopefully it won't be as long of a segment. But on to team number 9. We have got the Miami Heat. Just as I was talking about the yellow.
Raise it.
So as you can see, there's like a little bit of a Heat design in the textured pattern on the back. What do we think of this?
Disgusting. Raise it.
Raise it.
I think
Raise
he
it.
just hates any team that beats the Knicks in the playoffs.
Disgusting. The Heat are not yellow. It should be a red court.
You know what? I think you're right. But
Disgusting.
I'm not raising it. It's missing the mark.
The only reason why I'm putting this in vanilla is because they actually did not put Heat culture on the court this year.
Oh yeah, they finally did something good.
Well done on you, Heat. So if you put in and raise it, it's going and missed the mark.
I like Heat culture.
No, it's terrible. It's cringe. So the Heat go and miss the mark. Yeah, I had a bad feeling a lot of these would go low on the list. But there are going to be some good ones later on in the tier list. So we'll see. On to team number 10. We have got the Milwaukee Bucks. So sticking with that blue. But they've gone for the horns on both sides of the floor. What do we
Fear the
think?
deer.
Fear the deer. I don't really know if anyone's fearing the deer right now.
I don't know. Just because of that, I'm going to put it in good design.
Why? What do you mean just because of what?
I like blue, and it works for them.
Okay. I do like the contrast of the green and the blue, actually.
It does.
And it makes sense because the blue is their city edition jersey color.
I like this. I think I'll put this in good design.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I think good design is like a good spot for it.
Yeah.
It's not cup worthy. It doesn't wow me like that, but it's good.
Yeah.
So, and you put it also in good design. So that's where it'll average out to. Congratulations, Milwaukee. All right, on to team number 11. We have got the Houston Rockets. So I'm assuming this is like the light speed design from like Star Wars, everything like that. NBA's got good relations with Disney, so I'm assuming that's what they want you to think.
Love this.
The only thing I don't like about this is that you really can't see the Rockets logo because it's white.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
but it pops out.
What color would you make that?
Black.
That should be white. No, it should be white.
I don't know. I guess.
Pops.
Yeah. This is cup worthy for me.
Cup worthy.
This is like we going to outer space, bro. We going to the next level.
We going to the next dimension.
Yeah, bro. I love this. This is interstellar. Give me cup, bro.
I like the red. I don't know if I necessarily like the light speed design. I'm on the fence. I think I'm gonna go good design.
This is good design.
You guys are really just.
This is good. This is schmazine.
You guys are throwing the list right now.
No, we're really not.
Especially this guy.
Portland should have gone up in cup worthy.
Yeah.
No.
Portland was cool.
Portland was sick.
It was cool.
There's gonna be better.
The Raptors, the Rockets will average out to good design.
Unfortunately.
Moving into team number 12, we have got the New Orleans Pelicans. So they've gone for a navy blue court design with a red outline, and they've gone for their logo as the textured pattern.
This is cool, but like
Vanilla.
vanilla.
Really?
Vanilla.
Oh, I adore this
You
design.
actually wise this.
Yeah.
You like the red and the blue?
I love the navy and the red combo.
Okay.
Really
I do
cool.
too, but I think they could have did more with that.
The only reason it wouldn't go into cup worthy for me is that it's not as creative having the logo as the background. I think if they did like wings, just wings, it would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
So if you guys both put it in vanilla, that's where it will average out to.
Yeah, I mean, the Pelican looks pretty tough in the background. Like he looks
does.
scary, but yeah,
No, it's too
vanilla.
simple.
Okay, fair enough. On to team number 13. Hopefully we'll get something in cup worthy soon. We have the Utah Jazz. So they've gone very minimalistic. They've got a gray court with a white logo and the mountains in the background.
This is
It
vanilla.
looks cool, but this misses the mark because they could have did so much more with this.
I completely agree, but I can't put it and miss the mark because it is just basic AF.
It's vanilla.
So
Vanilla.
this is vanilla for me.
Yeah.
So, and you put it in vanilla too?
Yep.
So yeah, it'll average out into vanilla goes the Utah Jazz. I like the way the logo pops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So it does look nice, but boring. Last year's was way better with the purple and everything.
Exactly.
So unfortunate. On to team number 14. We have got the Philadelphia 76ers.
I like this.
So it's blue through and through, and then you've got the 13 stars representing the 13 colonies as the background. Lads, thoughts?
Yeah, this is a good design.
Good design.
I just like the logo, how it pops though in the middle. It's just super poppy.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a little on the basic side for me.
Basic, but it's good.
To me, I'm putting this in vanilla, but it doesn't matter because you both put it in good design,
Good
and that's where it
design.
will average out to.
What if they put the Liberty Bell in there somehow?
Oh, that would easily go up.
Yeah.
But again, it's too basic. You already have
Yeah.
the 13 stars on the logo anyways.
Fair enough, yeah.
So fair enough. But the Sixers go in good design. On to team number 15. We're at the halfway point. We have got the Phoenix Suns. Now, I'll tell you what's interesting about this one. They have gone for an orange court design. It's a darker orange in the middle, and it kind of goes out to a yellowy orange on the outside. They've got the gradient pattern on the bottom from the Valley City editions from years ago. And it's got the PHX on the background. What do we think?
I kind of like this one. This might be cup worthy for me.
I don't
This
know
might
if it's
be
cup worthy.
This, all right, it's borderline cup worthy, but it's good design.
I'm putting this good design.
This is good design.
Yes.
Because, I mean, even if you look at the court, like, the center is, like, dark orange, and then it gets lighter and lighter. It's like it shows
Just like
you
the logo.
sun. Like, exactly. Like, the sun. The sun gets, less bright as it goes, So it's like, yeah, I like it. I like the logic behind it.
Yeah, it's a good
Good
idea.
design. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing.
So you're on good design?
Yeah.
All right, so the Suns will average out to good design. On to team number 16, we have got the Detroit Pistons.
This is
Raise it.
So they have
this, bro.
they have gone for a blue court. They've got their logo, different types of their logos just scattered all over
This
the
is
place.
terrible.
I actually don't hate this.
This looks like my old pajama pants. Like you know how like you have like a sports team pajama pants. You got like all the logos. That's what this looks like, bro, and it's not good.
I like it.
No.
Nah.
Disgusting.
I do like it.
Raise this.
Go and raise it. I'm putting this in good design.
I do like the "in for my city" thing at the bottom.
I also do think the black logo pops.
It does.
In the middle.
I
think it's so unique. It's crazy. I love it.
Yeah, they're in debt right now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Detroit.
They really are. So you guys both putting in and raise it?
Raise it.
Yeah.
So me putting it in good design, it's going to average out to miss the mark.
Yeah.
So miss the mark goes the Pistons. All right. On to team 17. I'm trying to select the next thing on here. There we go. On to team 17. We have got the Golden State Warriors.
Raise it.
Straight gray.
Raise it.
I like the W a lot, so we can't raise this.
No.
Wow, Gio giving the Warriors compliments.
Yeah,
raise
it's the first time.
What? Who are you? What
They're
have you
still
done with
missing
Gio?
the mark. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the W gets them out of destroying it completely. The W is kind of cool. I can't lie. So
Fair.
No. Raise it.
Yeah, I'm raising it.
you're raising it.
Raising it. I don't like it.
So it's getting raised then.
So the Warriors go and raise. The one time the Warriors go and raise and Gio doesn't want it there.
You know what? I want it
Crazy.
there now.
Nope, too late. Sorry.
Feel left out.
No takesies, backsies.
Feel left out with the hate. The Warriors hate.
Broke out the Warriors FOMO. I'm dead. So the Warriors go there. On to team number 18. We have got the Indiana Pacers. So it's navy with a gold background. Boom Baby is their team slogan, just like the For My City or In My City for Detroit.
Vanilla.
What do we think?
I don't like it.
I love the colors. The Boom Babies throw me off.
Yeah, vanilla.
Yeah, this is terrible. I would not want to play in this court.
I'm gonna put it in vanilla purely for that reason, because I think it is a good.
Who had
design.
them winning the cup?
Nobody.
Did I?
You had the Pelicans beating them in the final.
Okay, but nobody had them winning though.
No.
Okay, good.
I have them playing in a more meaningful final.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. So
All right. Not on this court because this is
correct.
This is getting raised according to me. So
you say raise it. You
Vanilla.
said vanilla. I said vanilla. So it'll average out to miss the mark.
Missed the mark.
So fair enough. All right. On to team number 19. We have got the Los Angeles Clippers. So we have the same color like in the middle with the navy, but it's red on the outside. And you have the Clippers font as the background.
Ooh.
this is good design.
I really
This
like this.
is a good
I do too.
design.
For this good design?
Yes.
I'm going to put this in cup worthy.
Ooh.
I really
Why?
like it. I like the Clippers. It stretches out the entirety of the court.
Yeah, I like that.
So, and I think the logo fits perfectly.
I like how they brought back the old Clippers logo and put it on the background, and then the new Clippers logo, like the difference in
Well,
the time. I like it.
the Clippers font is the font on the current new rebrand.
Correct.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well,
So-
that's also the old Clippers logo, I think, right?
No.
No, yeah.
This is all the new rebrand.
It's the new rebrand, yeah. The old
I
one was
swear they had the
the
same
old one was
script.
a little more script. Yes, it was
Little
different.
more
They had the
script,
same
yeah.
script.
It was
a
different.
little less script.
Oh,
I
there's
think.
less script.
It was
okay.
different.
Yeah. Excited
Okay,
to
yeah.
see this with the whole aura of the Intuit Dome is going to look sick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I put it cup worthy. You two put it
Good design.
Good design.
So it'll average out to good design. Fair enough.
Do you have anything in Cupworthy?
Nope. So we'll figure this out at some point. There is. I think there's definitely at least one or two that hasn't come yet that will be cup worthy. So on to team number 20. We have got the Charlotte Hornets.
Cup worthy.
So they've gone for an aqua teal design with a
Beehive.
purple background, and you got the honeycomb
Cup
as the background.
schmup
Hive is alive.
worthy.
This is 100% cup worthy to me. I just love teal and turquoise. Mm-hmm. It's my shit.
This is vanilla.
Oh,
You really have to ruin everything.
you know what I think? If I didn't say cup worthy, he was gonna put a good design. I know
What?
for a fact.
This is the best court we've seen.
Nah, like I don't think I would want to play on this court.
You're literally Seiju Show.
Were you gonna put a good design if I didn't say anything?
I was thinking about it, but like, there's no way it's going into.
It's a good. How
This
is
is
it
not
vanilla? It's a good
cup-worthy,
design.
bro.
It's a good design.
This is not.
Bro, the
Cupworthy.
hive
but
is
it's
alive.
your good design. It's cup worthy because we got two, but it's good design for you.
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
So are you actually putting vanilla?
Yeah,
You're
Oh,
you're
man.
such Seiju Show.
this is vanilla.
Lads, we have been robbed again.
This is
is
the best
vanilla.
court we've seen so far.
Nah,
Bro, how are the Hornets going in good design? That is a robbery.
This is vanilla.
Gio is making this longer than it has to be.
That's insane. That's a wild take. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is not vanilla.
That's
you're putting
crazy.
this in the same.
Bro.
You're putting in the same breath as the gray quartz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the teal.
That's nuts.
The teal doesn't. The teal doesn't like you.
Teal is mid. Teal is a mid color. It's overrated.
My favorite color, sir.
Cyan is overrated, bro.
It's not cyan. It's turquoise.
It looks cyan.
Nah, maybe on the outside.
Outside.
All right. Well, unfortunately, guys, the Charlotte Hornets are going in good design.
I think the people agree with me.
Hashtag Geo out.
No, the people agree with me. Are you kidding?
We'll see.
Comment, Shays your show.
Okay.
Nobody even knows that.
On to team number 21. We have got the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, this is tough.
So we got purple with
goodness.
the striped design. Fetty, congratulations. The Raptors are the first team going in cup worthy.
Worthy. This is beautiful.
Go.
Finally.
Why didn't they use the purple Raptors logo instead of the red one?
Because you have to use your main logo.
Get the contrast. I like the contrast anyways. So
the red blends well.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I think it
didn't
would
have
clash
baby.
too much.
Purple is always good. This is it.
I love purple's one of my favorite colors.
You want to know a little tidbit? If you look on the bottom right-hand corner of the court, you have the coordinates of the Scotiabank Arena.
That's cool.
So
Nice
there
touch.
you go.
Extra
We
points.
in North. So yeah, congratulations Toronto, going in cup worthy. Should have been the second one in a row, but we're not going to name names. Gio. Anyways, moving on to the next team, number 22. We have got the Atlanta Hawks.
Raise it.
So you got a yellow
not
court
bad.
with ATL in the background.
I actually like this a lot. This is cup worthy.
This is how you do a yellow court.
This is cup worthy.
That is insane.
This is nice.
Raise it.
I'm putting this in good design.
Good design. This is cup worthy. I love this. We've never seen anything like this before. And I love the contrast of the logo. Now that pops.
That does pop.
That pops.
That
Okay.
does pop.
You know what? I'll raise it.
Okay.
To raise it.
Yo, get out of here, bro.
So what does that average out to? It's either good design or vanilla.
Good design.
No, it's in vanilla.
I'm trying to think. Cause
Yeah, if I raise it, it's in vanilla.
you're 1, I'm 2, he's 5. So what is that?
5 divided by 3. No.
We
I think it's vanilla or good design.
Hold
So
on.
we flip a coin.
1 plus 2
Flip a coin. You
plus
have a coin?
5 divided by 3 is 2.66.
Exactly.
So
So
it's
it's in the
going
middle.
in good design.
Let's
But 2.5 rounds up to 3.
Yeah, but we don't round up in these parts, so
Okay.
we're gonna put it in good design.
You're such a sage.
You've been overruled, sir. So the Hawks going in good design.
This is awful. I'm literally going blind as we speak.
That's cool.
No, trust me. When you see the players playing on the court, you'll
It's gonna
like
look sick. It's not an offensive yellow.
it.
No, it's not.
It's a
but-
very soft,
Soft
yellow.
yellow. Yeah, I like this a lot.
So we have another yellow court coming up. On to team number 23, the Denver Nuggets.
Oof.
Same colors, different logo. Same logo as last year's court,
City.
but Mile High City in
This is good design.
the background.
I'm not opposed to it.
This is a little bit vanilla-y.
Vanilla to you?
Yeah, I don't think it meshes as well as Atlanta's.
Yeah. Atlanta's was tough.
I'm debating
step
between
down.
I'm debating between vanilla and Miss the Mark.
I'll put
This
it
is
in
good design for me.
Good design.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter where I put it. Actually it does because you both put it in good design. I'll be nice because it's Denver. I'll put it in vanilla. I don't want the hate comments. So good design goes Denver.
Yes.
Congratulations. On to team number 24. Let's see if we can get something else to join Toronto. We have the Washington Wizards.
Ooh.
So they've obviously gone for the cherry blossom design. The hand is just throwing me off.
Yeah, is that the old Wizards logo?
It's from the DC
I
logo.
like this, bro.
I love the colors though. It's sick.
This is cup worthy.
Yeah, slow your rocker, bro. It's
Get
not
me in
cup-worthy.
there with the pink, hot pink.
It's vanilla.
What?
This is
It's vanilla.
This is a good design because the colors are fantastic. If it was a better background, if it wasn't a hand, then it would be cup worthy.
Yeah, I don't know what they did with the hand, but still, the colors are just so unique. So I have to put it in cup worthy.
And you put in vanilla, Antoine?
Yes.
So it will average out to good design. So the Washington Wizards surprisingly high up on something for once in their lives. So
I thought they were gonna come out with a gray court, to be honest, but
they did to you.
yeah.
So you knew it from the beginning, right? Yeah, precisely. All right, we only have 6 teams left, guys. So on to team number 25. We have got the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, this is cup worthy.
This is insanely sane. So many different shades of reds that all mesh, and you got the bull in the back that looks fire. This is what the Pelicans needed to do.
And then the black background. Oh, my goodness.
Cup worthy.
This is disgusting in the best of ways, bro. Oh, yeah, cup.
Yeah.
Cup worthy for you, Antoine?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have our
really
second
good.
team in cup worthy. That was one of the ones I was talking about earlier. So
It's probably the best one we've seen.
it is the best one we've seen so far. I think it's better than Toronto's by a considerable margin.
Oh.
So congratulations, Chicago Bulls. On to team number 26. We have got the New York Knicks. So they've gone for orange.
I
The
like
Knicks, the
this.
Knicks have started to establish themselves as an orange first team, not a blue. With the city in the background. I don't know. I just think the city design's kind of dull.
You think so?
Yeah, because it doesn't take up the whole court.
what could they have done with the city there?
Made the city go all the way up.
All the way up
to
would
the
have been
top.
very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's vanilla.
I like it because
This missed the mark for me.
it does miss. It misses the mark technically, but I think I like it too much to put it and miss the mark. So vanilla.
Vanilla.
Bit of vanilla. All right, so that's where the Knicks will average out to, going in vanilla. All right, we only have 4 teams left. I accidentally wrote 31 on my doc. So on to team number 27. We have got the OKC Thunder.
I like the blue.
So they've gone for a navy to light blue kind of ripple effect. And you have the OKC logo, but no font. It's strictly whatever shape that is. It looks like it's basically just South Carolina with a basketball in it.
right.
Yeah.
So what do we think of this one?
It's a good design.
This is not. I like the colors. This just misses the mark.
I'm gonna put this in good design because
Really?
I like the simplicity
The
of the
blue
logo.
is great.
Yeah, the blue also is fire. It meshes well.
Yeah.
I
I
wish-
do like the blue. Yeah.
I wish there was some orange to it. I think last year's court was a lot better,
Yeah.
but this will average out into vanilla.
Yeah.
All right, we have our typical final 3: the Lakers, the Nets, and the Cavs.
I think the Lakers are gonna be tough.
I think these last 3, I'm just early spoilers. These last 3 are really good.
Okay.
So
The Lakers are gonna be
on to
tough.
team number 28. We have the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, one's okay. I think the Nets and Cavs carry this ending. Again, I just don't like the fact that the city stops halfway.
Yeah.
However, the purple is a really nice accent, and the stars at the bottom are all 17 championships they won.
This is a good design.
Yes.
This is a good design.
Yes.
I was going to put it in good design, but to be fair, it's going to average out there anyway, so I'm going to put it in vanilla.
Okay.
It's a little plain. So vanilla goes to LA Lakers.
Okay.
All right, our penultimate team, my homeland, the Brooklyn Nets. So they've gone for the arrow pattern. I forgot where exactly it was from, but it looks sick. You have the subway tiles at the bottom, and you have I like the ball logo that we use rather than the shield. So what do we think?
This might be the best gray court we've seen
Oh,
today.
easily.
And I'll put it in good design.
I'm putting this in cup worthy.
Nah, that's biased.
No, it's not.
No way.
Good design.
Good design.
Like I said, I like a consistent design across
Yeah.
the entirety of the court.
Okay.
So that's why I put it in cup worthy.
This is nice.
So this will average out to good design. I will take that so much. So the Nets go there. And our final team, the team that is flying high right now, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, the design you're seeing on the ends is the V in their logo with the
Correct.
hoop.
Correct.
And it meshes really well with the in-season tournament trophy. Sorry, the NBA Cup.
It actually does mesh very well.
To me, this is also cup worthy.
Because it's shaped like the net. The trophy.
And
And-
also the Cavs color is the gold and the
It
burgundy.
fits with the gold.
It fits with the gold. So
And
it's
the
like
black,
it's just perfect
yeah.
match.
Yeah.
Oof. This is not cup worthy though.
It's not
Oh, this is definitely
This
cup
is
worthy.
good design for me.
good design.
Oh, robbery.
Yeah.
Good
Dang.
design.
I might
Oh.
even put it in vanilla because they're gonna end up being vanilla this year. As a
Okay.
team.
Yeah, definitely. So the Cavs will average out to good design. So lads, this means that we only have we have
Chicago and Toronto.
Chicago and Toronto.
And the Celtics.
Nope, the Celtics didn't go in cup worthy because he's an
Celtics
idiot.
We're not in that.
You
That's
suck, bro.
awful fucking
You
court.
suck.
Can we just be honest? Chicago wins. That's our favorite one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chicago.
absolutely.
Chicago. with the
Shout out
Chicago
you,
wins.
Chicago Bulls.
Easy.
Fantastic design. I mean, top
Easy
to bottom, it was amazing. So Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments what you think the best City Edition court is or NBA Cup court is. And yeah, I can't wait to see these in person. They're going to be really cool.
Yeah.
And we'll see, like on TV.
On TV.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
If we go in person, we see it.
I ain't spending all that money to go to games, especially with my team tanking like that.
Imagine you got to go all the games, see them all in person.
Imagine, that'd be crazy. But I'm more curious now to see what the Vegas court looks like.
Yeah.
My guess is it's going to be the same kind of design, but blue and red, just like last year's. So we shall see.
We will.
But lads, any final thoughts regarding this before we move on to our predictions?
No.
Let's do it. Yeah. All right, into the main part of the show, the main segment. We were going to do this next week, but considering the episode will be out a day after the tournament starts, it made no sense, so we're doing it this week. We're going to predict all 6 groups for the NBA Cup, the Emirates NBA Cup to be exact. Really no basis of what we think, because anything can happen. It's just literally 4 regular season games. So any team, like the Celtics, could just randomly lose all 4 of those games. Like, we don't know. So that's currently where we are at. But look, a lot of injuries have happened. A lot of teams have overperformed, underperformed. So maybe it has influenced our rankings a little bit. So, lads, are we ready to just get right into it?
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So on the screen right now, you'll be able to see our other overlay where we're going to get things started. We're going to do the West first and then into the East. And we're going to do this one group at a time. One person's going to headline. We'll talk about it for a couple minutes, and then the other 2 will reveal. So let's start off with the Western Conference Group A. And Antoine, you are headlining this. So if for the viewers at home, just read from 5th to 1st, or you read from 5th to 1st, like in 5th, like we did last time.
Yeah, so the Trailblazers were going to finish last. I think it's pretty much a given. Rockets in 4th.
Wow, you're not high in the Rockets. Sorry, keep going.
No. Clippers in 3rd. They've been looking pretty good. Kings in 2nd. And, of course, the Timberwolves in 1st. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the Trailblazers could win the group. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I think this group is wide open to me.
Yeah.
Really is.
Pretty competitive group.
It's a very competitive group. All 5 teams really play good at home. Even Portland kind of does. But Gio, I know you probably have a problem with one of these placements. So without giving it away, just, give some. Do you have any questions for Antoine?
Why do you have the Rockets so low?
Because they're Boo Kaka.
Okay, I'm not. That's not a good enough answer.
Yeah, you need to elaborate on
No, because I don't.
You don't believe in them, basically.
No.
Okay.
I only believe in Jalen Green. Fred VanVleet's been awful.
He's been terrible.
Dylan Brooks
comes through when they need him.
Dylan Brooks is awful.
He's not bad.
He's not bad.
Şengün has been not as efficient as last year. So
not as efficient, but he'll get there.
Their bench hasn't really given them much either. So that's why.
Okay.
I think Jalen Green can't really carry the whole team himself.
Well, he's not. They have some players. Jabari Smith Jr. is doing really good this year.
Yeah.
They got, I think, Reed Shepard's having a
he's okay. He's not getting a lot of minutes.
Yeah, I knew he wouldn't get the minutes. That's why I didn't pick him for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He needs to pick up the minutes for sure. I think Ime's he's gonna get him in there as the season goes along, and then you'll see them improve. Every single game they're very, very competitive. It goes down to the wire every single time, whether or not they win or lose. So I can see them pulling out a couple close victories against some of these competitive teams here, whether that's the Timberwolves, Kings, whatever. I can see them sneaking out some victories. So
to me, I think the hardest team to predict here is the Clippers. They have the lowest floor and the highest ceiling.
Yeah.
They could literally finish anywhere.
True.
And it's just that's where I had the most difficulty kind of placing them. So I think 3rd is a good safe option.
Yeah.
But you want to see what we predicted?
Let's see. I forgot what I put.
So these are ours. So do you want me to read mine first or yours first?
Go for it, Tyler.
All right. So in 5th, I've gone for the Portland Trailblazers. In 4th, I have the Los Angeles Clippers. In 3rd, I have the Houston Rockets. In 2nd, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. And in 1st, I have the Sacramento Kings. Any questions for me?
No, it's pretty good. His list is abysmal. His list is in the can.
So we all have the same 5th place team, Trailblazers. Then I have the Clippers at 4th with Tyler. I have the Timberwolves at 3rd, Kings at 2, and Rockets at 1.
This is what you call a shit list.
It is possible because remember the Nuggets finished in 4th last year.
Yeah.
So it is possible for a team. Remember, it's just any regular season games.
Yeah.
I'm curious why you don't have the Kings winning the group for both of y'all.
The Kings are very good this season. I'm just super high on the Rockets. My gut was telling me go with the Rockets, but otherwise I would have put the Kings at 1. As you can see, I have them above the Timberwolves.
Right. I mean, they're second. They're there.
The most important thing, in my opinion, with this tournament is home court. And their crowd is nuts.
Yeah.
Single-handedly carried them out of the group stage last year. So
it's true.
I think there are some games where they'll have Randall rattled, they'll have Ant rattled, they'll have Harden rattled. So I think it'll be a tough place to play. I think the Golden One Center is going to be bouncing.
It's a good point.
All right.
So, but man, you got to explain yourself with the Rockets first, man.
Bro, like I said, man, I already explained myself. I mean, I think those guys are having great seasons. Like I said, they're always competitive in every single game. It goes down to the wire. And I just think they're a team that's constantly improving, great coaching, and they're gonna play. They're gonna play with the big dogs.
That's ballsy.
It is ballsy, very ballsy. But look,
very ballsy.
I'm here for the risks.
Here for the risk.
Okay.
Risks it for the biscuit.
Yes.
But yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's really my only gripe with your list. Timberwolves third, I could see happening, right? If they don't lock in, which could very well happen. So. Any final thoughts regarding West Group A? No? Gio, anything?
No.
All right. Let's get into the next one. This is West Group B. I believe I am headlining this one. And here are my picks.
Wow.
So in 5th place, I've gone for the Utah Jazz. I mean, this team is fucking awful on many levels. In 4th, I've gone for the San Antonio Spurs. In 3rd, I have the Los Angeles Lakers. In 2nd, I have the OKC Thunder. And in 1st, I've gone for the Phoenix Suns winning the group.
I'm not mad at that.
I think my list is exactly the same as Tyler's.
Wow.
So I think do you have any questions regarding my placements?
No, honestly. I'm not mad at the Suns being at 1, but why did you go there?
Well, I think it's hard for me to see the Thunder winning a group, considering they've been perfect so far this season. I think they will lose some games. The Suns are going to be like the Lakers last year. Take advantage of your short-term early season surge. And I think they've split with the Lakers once. I believe their game's at home against the Lakers. So I give them the edge there. All 4 teams are going to wallop Utah. I think we can all agree on that. And then with the absence of Greg Popovich, who we were sending our prayers for, I think is going to hurt the Spurs. So
wait, what's going on with Greg?
He has health issues. They said he's okay. He just needs some rest.
Okay.
But I just think the Suns have the advantage over the Lakers this year. And I just think the Thunder drop a stupid game.
Yeah. I can see it. That's plausible. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't think I know anything wrong with this.
All right.
Let me see my list.
Into y'all. So, Antoine, read yours first.
Oh, mine is flip-flopped.
Almost the same. So
I thought I had Suns first. Never mind.
So read yours out.
Yeah, I mean, similar. Jazz 5th, Spurs 4th, Lakers 3rd, Suns 2nd, Thunder 1st.
I don't hate it. I mean, it's literally just the opposite of my top 2.
Yeah.
And then what about you, Gio?
And then I had the Jazz 5, Spurs 4, Suns 3, Lakers 2, Thunder 1.
Lakers 2nd. I don't hate it.
I think the top 3 are very interchangeable.
I actually thought I put the Lakers at first, but that's okay. I'm fine with the Thunder at first.
They've been playing bad the past couple days.
Yeah, I know.
So that's why I put them lower.
Yeah.
I was tempted to put the Spurs over them, but I think the way the Spurs have been playing is just not good. And I don't think it'll translate to the in-season tournament very well.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty predictable
That's
standard.
straightforward.
Yeah, this is an easier one to predict.
Yeah, not much to kind of decipher. But I think we'll have more to debate in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little hint. But maybe with this last group as well. So we're ready to get into Group C.
Yeah.
All right, West Group C. This is the group of death.
Yeah.
A lot of stacked teams.
I know Memphis is in here.
Giovanni
Pelicans.
Squitieri is headlining this section. So
Most
Gio,
controversial section here.
read your
Sorry if I peeked.
that's good. I don't really play around with the volume on here. It just kind of is what it is. So read your standings.
All right, so we got Mavericks at 1. We got Grizzlies at 2. Pels at 3. Nuggets at 4. Warriors at 5. Man, is this a competitive group.
I think you should switch to Pels because of the injuries.
And the Grizzlies.
Pels with the who?
Just move them down.
They're
They're injured.
The Warriors at 5.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. The Warriors are super
Why
hot.
wouldn't
right
the
now.
Warriors be at 5?
The Warriors are super hot right now.
Yeah, the tournament started next week.
Yeah. Thinking back at this, I projected the Pelicans to win the whole thing,
Yes, you did.
and they're not doing too well right now.
I mean, I'll give you all just a little sneak peek. None of us had our champions advancing out of the group.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I think the Grizzlies are good though.
Is that a bad thing?
I mean, I guess because like the three teams we all picked, both of y'all's are insanely injured, and mine just lost their star player. So
Of course.
we're kind of screwed.
We are.
But the Warriors at 5, I need some explanations because I could see the Nuggets at 4 happening. I need some explanations.
I'm just a hater, bro. You can just call me.
You got to be impartial.
You just call me a hater, bro. It's fine. But,
you are a hater.
but here's the thing. I thought Curry was injured. I'm like, there's no way.
I think they went undefeated without him.
I know, and that's the issue.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna hold to it. Warriors at 5 because I'm a hater.
Okay.
Is Curry gonna come back?
He's back.
He's
today.
back today.
Is he back today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Crap.
Their game doesn't start yet, though, so I don't know how he's playing yet.
Well, when Curry comes back, they'll start losing. So I think this is a justified position.
Fair. The Cavs won.
Oh, God.
Let's
Wow.
go. 8-0. I am doing my
What was the score?
victory lap. 116, 114.
Oh my God.
Wow, by 2.
They're rigging the league now. Really?
AJ Green hit a 3. Oh, no, they were already down 5, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, the refs just
Lovely.
wanna
Awesome.
rig it for Donovan Mitchell.
So, Antoine, do you have any questions for Gio regarding this?
No. I think the Pelicans should be lower because of their injuries.
Yeah.
Nuggets, just swap Nuggets and Pelicans.
Let me see your list, Anthony.
Yeah, I think
right.
it's similar.
Let's get into ours. So, Antoine, read yours out.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Warriors at 5, baby.
Wow. Look at Tyler's number 1.
Yo.
All right, read yours out, Antoine.
So Warriors in 5th, Pels in 4th, Grizzlies in 3rd, Nuggets in 2nd, Mavs in 1st.
Yeah,
Like it.
Similar to Gio.
I like it.
I don't hate it outside of the Warriors pick.
They're 5th.
I've gone ballsy here.
You have.
I have the Pelicans in 5th, the Grizzlies in 4th, the Nuggets in 3rd, the Mavs in 2nd, and I have the Warriors in 1st, winning the group.
Wow.
I think the Warriors' only loss will be to Denver. That's the one team they can't beat. But I think Denver's going to drop a game or two here and there. Yeah, I think it's tough. They might spoil a Clay revenge game.
Wait, do they play each team once in the group?
Each
and
team
that's it?
once, yeah.
That's it.
2 road games, 2 home games.
Gotcha.
And that's it. The Pelicans and Grizzlies are just insanely injured. I just can't really see it happening.
Yeah.
The Nuggets just aren't locked in. I don't think their
not.
focus is on the in-season tournament, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And I think just the Mavs and Warriors are a pick 'em. The Warriors are hot right now. The Mavs
So
are playing
Mavs.
well. But I think the Warriors I think Buddy Hield's going to have an insane group stage.
He's going insane right
Because
now.
I think if the Warriors had Klay Thompson, they would have finished a lot lower. Klay Thompson made a lot of mental mistakes last year in the in-season tournament, and it backfired. They finished, I think, 2nd or 3rd in the group and lost out on the wild card because of point differential. So that's what I have.
Okay.
So
I mean, I think that could happen. And it's not
possible.
impossible.
I think
They
the
can shoot the lights out of the building, so.
I think the Warriors in last is crazy though.
Yeah, I'm just
I
a hater.
think, yeah,
What
we're
about you?
hating.
What's your reason though? Because you're not a hater.
I'm just looking at the team that's rebuilding.
There's a lot of, it's competitive, man.
It's a competitive group.
Yeah.
I definitely think I would swap Pels and Warriors now. Actually,
I would just move the Warriors up to 3 at least.
I would
and
move
the
Pels
Warriors,
5th, Grizzlies.
down.
I would do that.
But no,
I would
stand
put
on
I would
business.
put them as high as 2nd, not 1st.
I think they're winning the group.
All right.
I think Dallas kind of teeters off, whatever the word is for that.
Dallas.
So, yeah. Any final thoughts regarding the Western Conference?
No.
We ready to get into the East?
Go.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start off again. It's snake style. So, Gio, you're going to headline the first section. East Group A. Here are the picks. Read them away, Gio.
So I got the Sixers at 1, Knicks at 2, Hornets in 3, Nets at 4, Magic at 5.
Why did you put them so low? Because of Paolo?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I don't
Come on,
know.
let's be
I
real.
think they get the Hornets and the Nets win.
The Sixers in first. My goodness.
in
Yeah,
first.
why the
You know
Sixers
Embiid
in
has to
first?
play a game, right?
He will.
You know what? Bro, he isn't. He's not even. He just got cleared to practice.
I know. But look, PG's coming back. There's big things for the Sixers. Kelly Oubre is on a heater right now. He's shooting very well from 3. Maxi's doing his thing. We know that.
Yeah.
And I just don't believe in the Knicks pulling out first.
What did I say about hating on my MVP?
Okay.
What did I say?
I didn't say nothing about Brunson.
No, Embiid.
I actually do have. I'm curious why you put the Nets at 4 based on the way they've been playing, because I have a bad feeling they might finish higher.
They might, because they're not a bad team.
They're
We've
not.
seen them be very
too
competitive
good.
with good teams.
Like, I'll be honest. up until yesterday's loss to the Pistons, I actually had us coming out of the group.
Where'd you move them to?
I don't remember. I either moved them to second or third.
Wow.
But
I don't see them being better than Hornets simply because of LaMelo and Brandon Miller.
Like
they're playing well.
The way we've been playing as a unit is crazy.
Yeah.
It makes absolutely no sense why we're playing this good. I mean, we're beating the Grizzlies right now. So,
That's actually crazy.
Massive issues.
You guys don't want to get Cooper. Is that the case?
I want to get Cooper Flag.
You guys don't want him.
I want to get Cooper Flag. I'm getting worried.
You guys don't want him, man. Come on.
But yeah. Any other questions for Gio?
Knicks should be in first. That's abysmal.
I thought about it, but no.
We shall see.
This is like kind of a weak.
It's a weak group, yeah.
Weak group.
Very injury prone. It was the Magic's to lose until that point.
Yeah. Yes.
So let's get into me and Antoine's picks. And here we are. So Antoine, go ahead and read yours.
So Hornets in fifth, Nets in fourth, Magic third, Sixers second, Knicks in first.
Not a big problem with it, to be honest with you. I think his is the most realistic, I'd say.
Anthony's.
As far as it goes. Yeah. I have the Charlotte Hornets in fifth, the Orlando Magic in fourth, the 76ers in third, I have the Nets in second, and I have the Knicks in first.
I think that's totally doable as well.
Yeah. I think we're going to, unfortunately, ruin our tank in a few of these games.
You could beat the Hornets and you could beat the Magic.
I actually think we're going to beat you.
Oh, we'll see.
I think that's going to be one of our wins.
All right.
I think we lose.
You said, all right.
I think we lose.
Right.
I think we beat the Knicks. I think we beat the Knicks and the Magic. I think we lose to the Sixers and Hornets.
Okay.
All right.
And there'll be a big tie in second, but we'll see.
All right.
So I just for some reason
going big.
I just have a bad feeling we're going to win some.
I want us to lose, so that's okay.
Why?
Because we suck.
What?
That's true. That's base take.
You're only 8 games in, bro. Have some faith.
They suck.
What's the
I guarantee you, if I look it up right now, they're losing to the Rockets.
You're losing by 5.
Exactly.
I mean, the Rockets are a good team.
They are not a good team.
Just underestimate them.
They are not a good team.
What's the record? They're probably like 500 right now. The Rockets.
The Rockets are currently 3-3.
Exactly.
What are we? 3-3 too?
The Knicks are 3-2.
Okay.
You guys are not bad.
I mean, Cat's got 7 points right now.
If you guys lose to the Rockets,
it's done.
Fred VanVleet 6-9 from the field.
Oh, he got hot. The one game he plays against us, he gets hot.
Awesome sauce.
VanVleet.
But any other questions for anyone regarding Group A?
No, sir.
All right, let's get into Group B. I am headlining this one, and here we are. So in 5th place, I had the Detroit Pistons. In 4th, I have the Milwaukee Bucks. In 3rd, I have the Toronto Raptors. In 2nd, the Miami Heat. And in 1st, the Indiana Pacers.
I have no problem with this. I think the Raptors should be second.
I had the Raptors in 2nd, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from Miami to start the season. I'm loving the play of Bam Adebayo.
Yeah. Yes.
And the Raptors on the road are awful. They've lost 13 of their past 14 road games dating back to last March.
Wow.
So
Raptors look good though.
They look good at home, but they're going to have 2 road games.
Yeah.
And I actually, like an hour before I came over here, I had the Bucks in last. But I realized the Pistons exist. So
they can't always be in last.
I'm pretty sure I have the Bucks up there.
The Raptors are actually, according to the betting odds, favored to finish last. The Pistons in 4th.
Wow.
So the Raptors like plus 2,600 to win the group.
Wow.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Any qualms?
No.
Problems with my group?
I could see Bucks finishing last.
Nah.
The Bucks could finish genuinely anyway.
No way. Bucks are gonna get up there probably like 2-3.
Are you sure they're 1-7 right now?
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Okay.
1-6.
1-6. They're going to be 1-7 probably by the time this episode comes out.
All right.
But
I wouldn't be surprised.
If Giannis is hurt though, then that's an issue.
That's true. He didn't play tonight, so
he'll be fine though next game.
Let's get into y'all. So Antoine, go ahead and read yours out.
What? I have the Bucks in 2nd?
Stupid.
What the fuck am I smoking? So Pistons in 5th. 4th is the Heat. 3rd is the Raptors. 2nd is the Bucks. 1st is the Pacers.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Heat in 4th is crazy. Bucks in 2nd is crazy. I'm surprised he backed the Pacers.
Yeah.
Like, I have to.
They're really good, to be fair.
I mean, in this group here, yeah, Pacers.
The fact that the Pacers are playing good with Tyrese Halliburton looking lost out there is impressive.
They're a stacked
All while
team.
without 2 of their backup bigs.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about depth.
That's how you exactly to your point. Their depth is insane.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So yeah, Pacers first, Bucks second, Heat third, Raptors 4, Pistons 5.
I wanted to give the Pistons the benefit of the doubt, but like I just can't trust them.
No.
Like I think this win against the Lakers was fluky tonight.
None of us have had an exact list matching one another.
I'm actually glad we haven't.
Yeah.
Kind of create some
I want to
parity.
see one though.
Yeah.
I want to see one.
I don't know if we do have one.
I don't know if we do have one.
Let's see the next one.
The same thing.
next
The same thing will function. By the way, we'll look back at this after the groups are over. If they finished in the spot, we get 3 points. If they're one spot off, we get 1.
Yes.
All right, bad.
So, on to Group C. Here are the picks. So, Antoine, you're headlining this one. Go for it.
Whoa, is that say
You're
Cavs first?
Yeah.
What?
Bro, you literally told me these picks last night.
I
Like, do not
did?
remember. Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Bro,
So
yeah.
Wizards and yes, I said we're riding the agenda.
Yeah.
Wizards in 5th, Bulls in 4th, Hawks in 3rd, Celtics in 2nd, and the Cavaliers will be in 1st. Just because they're riding a hot wave.
I don't hate the Cavs pick, man. I don't.
I hate it.
We haven't seen them play Boston yet, so I think it really depends. But as of right now, the Cavs have less losses than the Celtics, so I understand.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, I think 4 and 5 are interchangeable.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think Josh Giddey's carrying that team.
Oh my God.
Let's get it.
To
Giddey.
where? The prison cell?
Okay, what?
Okay.
No.
Let's
He's not Diddy. He is
Yeah,
Giddy.
he's not Diddy. Josh Giddy.
Okay.
But
Whoa.
let's
They rhymes. Maybe they're connected.
let's get into our picks.
You didn't
So
go to any Diddy parties. Okay.
do you want me to go first or you?
I'll go first.
All right, what do you got?
So we got the Celtics and first, as they should be. Then we got the Cavaliers. I'll admit they're decent this year.
Yeah.
We got the Bulls in 3, Hawks in 4, Wizards in 5.
So we actually don't have all the same.
Don't. We
so I have
don't.
the
You were
Wi-
close, Tyler.
I have the Wizards in 5th, the Bulls in 4th, the Hawks in 3rd, the Cavs in 2nd, and the Celtics in 1st.
Me and Tyler close too. I put the Celtics first. We had the same list.
Got to give the Celtics the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah.
just in the sense that the Cavs have not lost a game yet, and they probably will drop one in the in-season tournament. So, my reasoning, I'm more curious with you. Why are the Hawks so low? They've been actually playing decent basketball.
Yeah.
have.
What's their record this year? I actually didn't check. I was
I
just going off
believe they
my finger in the
are.
air.
I believe they are. They're 3 and 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Not all.
Yeah, they're not
They're
bad.
okay.
And their wins
okay.
have come against the Pelicans, the Nets, and the Hornets.
Yeah,
Oof.
I guess they're one of those teams that they can get hot. You know, Trey can get hot, and they can beat one of those good teams. But
Right.
no, I'm also a big believer in Josh Giddey, so I'm like I have to go with the Bulls here.
That's fair. I'm a
Love
big
Lonzo.
believer in Trey Young. So
Yes.
Trey Young's beaten Boston in the playoffs before.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Wait,
a
what's the
viable
Bulls
option.
record? Did you see what the Bulls was?
Yeah, I have the Bulls right here.
What is it?
The Bulls are currently 3 and 3,
Okay.
and they've lost. I mean, they beat the Bucks, they beat the Grizzlies, and the Magic without Paolo.
Solid teams.
So really depends on what it is, but those are the groups. There's one last thing we have to do: the wild card teams. So all 3 of ours are going to show up once. I'll just say what each one's is, and we'll kind of confer. So, are we ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Here are the wild card picks.
Yeah.
So all 3 of us have picked a different team in the Western Conference. Antoine has gone for the Phoenix Suns. I have gone for the OKC Thunder, and Gio's gone for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
So
That's all doable.
yeah, I think all 3 could easily make it out. I think the Thunder are the most likely when it
Yeah.
comes down to point differential.
Probably.
They're probably going to blow some teams out, but I would say
All teams are capable.
all teams are capable, yeah. And I'm trying to remember, I think both the Lakers and the Suns, one of them was, I think the Suns were the wild card last year because the Lakers went undefeated in group play and the Thunder didn't make it. So there's one end. In the East, Antoine has gone for the Boston Celtics, quite obvious. And then me and Gio have both gone for the Cavs.
They just interchangeable.
That's also quite obvious. So.
We just
Yeah,
interchanged.
again, I really think
Who
it
else would
comes-
you put in there besides the Cavs?
like I said,
themselves?
I have a very bad feeling that it might be us because it almost happened last year.
Nets.
We missed out on the wild card spot. We lost against the Magic, or we lost against someone. Had we had won that game, we would have made as the wild card. So, and the fact that
Alright.
we're playing better without Mikal Bridges
Yeah.
concerns me.
Yeah.
So
Jordy's coaching it up over there.
he really is. So I'm hoping the Cavs can pull through because I believe the knockout stages up until the finals are a regular season game. So the championship is an extra game. It's exhibition basically. but you're playing for the trophy.
Right.
So
for that money.
Exactly. So
money, honey.
Not bad. And lads, that concludes our NBA Cup predictions. Let us know in the comments what you think, who you think's coming out of each group, and who you think the wild cards will be, and who you got hoisting the trophy at the end of the tournament.
Yeah.
All right.
Any final thoughts from you, lads?
Beautiful list.
I'm excited to watch the
Me
games,
too.
though.
Should be fun. This episode drops on the 6th. I believe the games start on the 12th.
All right.
So
awesome.
12th or 13th. It was whatever that Tuesday is. Whatever.
Love the cup.
Whatever.
Tomorrow's Tuesday. It's the 5th.
I have a calendar
So
here.
the 12th.
Yeah, so it is the 12th. I was right. So
I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
should be fun. Be nice to see all the cool uniforms, all the courts, everything like that. And I think on that note, it's time to get into the final segment.
My shower.
All right, into the final segment, lads. It's time for shower thoughts. Everyone's favorite, the segment that racks our brains and makes Antoine super sus for no reason at all.
Okay.
So last week we had a good question from yours truly regarding championship teams and why things go wrong 2 years afterwards. So if you want to go check that out, the link to episode 29 is in the description below. This week it is Antoine's turn. So Antoine, we're not going to waste no time here. What do you got for us this week?
This is a pretty fun question. I don't think we've talked about this. I hope so. So this is going to be related to something that occurs once a year during the NBA season. And it happens every year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's once a year.
And that is?
All-Star Weekend.
Okay. I like it.
So my question for today is, in your guys' opinion, how would you make All-Star Weekend better and meaningful for the players? Meaning rewards. What is the winning team or winning conference getting? Well, is it East-West still? It is still East-West.
It is West. It is West.
So what is the winning conference getting? Whether it's playoff implications.
Yeah, speaking to the mic, you're a little off the side.
Whether it's playoff advantages with home court, if it's other things tied in, but making All-Star Weekend more meaningful so these players can actually put effort into playing this game or even the challenges as well.
Right.
What is going to make it meaningful for us fans to go to All-Star Week and actually see some good basketball played?
I'm going to have you re-ask the question for the segment's sake in its simplest form possible.
So how would you both make All-Star Weekend meaningful and better?
More competitive?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
So I have my answer, but I want you to go first.
You want me to go first? You always want me to go first.
This is the time where I get to rest my voice.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
fair
yeah.
enough. All right. How can we make the All-Star game more
And the weekend.
exciting to watch, more competitive? All right, let's see.
But while you think of your answer, I will preface that Steph Curry is actually working with Adam Silver right now to potentially make the All-Star game better.
What is he doing?
I don't know. It's just a tweet popped up earlier, a report saying that
Today?
Steph Curry, yeah. Was it today or yesterday?
You see what happens when Steph Curry's injured? He gets to work. Keep
He's
Steph
back
Curry
now.
on the bench.
Okay.
No, I'm playing. Steph, I didn't mean that. All right, let's see. How can we make the All-Star game more competitive? I don't know if we really can in a very genuine way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible. I think what would have to happen is we would have to go to history. I'm a big guy, big history guy.
Big history lad.
Huge history guy. Gigantic history guy.
You both are. I'm more of the geography guy.
Yeah. So I would definitely look into why was it competitive in the 1980s or the 1990s and even the 2000s? Why? What were the reasons? And I would really look into that, do a deep dive study on why that was the case in those decades, those eras, and then we would try to mimic that, bring that back in a way, because I think that's the only way. It's kind of like a culture of not only the NBA but of the entire country. It seemed to be more of a competitiveness when it came to sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever it was that you had. It just seemed to be more competitive. So I think it's just going to be it's it's going to have to be a culture shift to where it's not about the showmanship. It's not about that, but it's about winning. It's going to have to be a culture shift. That's what I think. I don't think it's really possible to implement anything, whether it's playoff implications or whatever it is. Maybe it'll help, but it's not going to really get to the core of the issue.
Right. And we've seen it with MLB. The All-Star Game used to give home field advantage in the World Series.
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore because it makes no sense.
Right.
Where like a bottom feeder playoff team making a Cinderella run to the World Series, like they don't deserve home court
Precisely.
or home field.
Precisely.
So, and they don't even like seeding doesn't even matter at this point anymore. Whoever has the better record out of the two finals teams gets home court.
Right.
Like in 2023, the Nuggets were the 1 seed with a worse record than the 3-seeded Sixers. Yet the Sixers would have had home court if it was a Nuggets-Sixers final.
Yeah.
Look, I think we can all agree there's one thing that has to happen. They need to get rid of the dunk contest. Get rid of it. It's awful. It's a poor representation of the NBA. It's dog.
What do they do then?
Just get rid of the event. Replace it with something else.
Like,
why the dunk contest?
How about like hot shot? Different spots around the floor, and each spot's worth like a different amount of points.
But the dunk contest is like a staple.
Yeah, but it's been awful the past 3 years.
So you got to bring Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon back.
But they don't want to do it.
I think you have to replicate what you have in the league, and what you have in the league these days is shooters. So I agree with you.
Yeah.
Put in some hot shot or something like that.
I think the skills challenge is fine.
Yeah.
3-point contest is amazing.
Yeah.
And then you have just another event which could be hot shot, could be anything, right?
Yeah.
We don't know. They could do a relay race for all I care. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But to me, with the All-Star game, I think I've talked about this once before. I'm not sure if it was with you. I talked about it with Kev. Shout out him. In the NHL, there's divisions, just like in basketball. And it's 5-on-5 with hockey. They split each All-Star team up into divisions, and they play 3-on-3.
I like it.
Do that in the NBA. Because divisions mean absolutely nothing. Like, it means that you play your division rivals 4 times, but you're playing other conference teams 4 times a year. It doesn't matter, right? So if you take the Pacific Division, for example, you have like a 3-on-3 team of Steph, LeBron, and KD. Like, come on. Cinema.
That sounds amazing.
I'll give you another one. The Northwest Division. Jokic, SGA, and Anthony Edwards.
Right.
Another historically insane, like 3-on-3 team.
Yeah.
You know, in the Pacific Division, in the Atlantic Division, you have Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, and Scotty Barnes.
Yeah.
That's another option. I think 3-on-3 is what will bring the competitiveness back, because we saw 2 years ago in Utah where the second half of that All-Star game was just Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown 1v1ing each other. And that was boring. And we saw last year it was still boring. This would kind of bring some excitement back, because it's not just one game where you're not trying to score a target amount of points. It's a tournament style. You would play each of the teams, kind of like they do in the Rising Star games, and then they have a semifinal, final, and whatever.
Yeah.
And
I love that
maybe
idea.
the winner gets the winner gets money they can donate to their charity of choice.
Yeah. No, I actually love that idea. What do you think about that idea? You think that would solve the issue?
The dunk contest, I understand, because all like the scrubs of the NBA are in it.
Mac McClung.
Yeah, not even in the NBA.
Yeah,
That's whack.
Loud. But I like the hot shot, like just pick and pop type of shot, like from anywhere. Like I think for that to work, you have to place, like, similar to the 3-point contest, you have like buckets that have the ball on like all sides of the arc, even on like past half court.
I don't even think that. I think
Like-
you just get different spots on the floor, and you just have people that have the ball ready to pass it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you think about like a game of horse?
That would take too long.
It would.
way too long.
What about the All-Star game format? Curious your thoughts
I
on that.
love that
The
format.
East and West, the 3v3 is nice. I would enjoy that because people love seeing 3v3, even 1v1.
Yeah.
Different style of
No,
basketball.
1v1 is
1v1's
too
too
much
boring.
on the line.
Yeah.
I would love to see it, but it's too much on the line.
Yeah.
3v3.
3v3 brings
That's
a
fun.
different element of pace, and you could do it full court, you could do it half court. It doesn't
court.
really
Should be
matter.
half court.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with that. Like the divisions, you break it up. Maybe a winner gets a cash prize or something.
I mean, they're there. It's
so
a publicity event. I think the money should go to charity.
Yeah.
Okay.
The players make enough money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't really need it.
Now, here's the thing. Here's why I love the 3v3 idea. And it's because what do most people that watch the NBA, what do? They play pickup basketball.
Right.
Most people are not playing 5v5 on their rec team or whatever it is.
Right.
Most people are not doing that. So like to do that and to like, I don't know, appeal to the viewer that's watching, I think that's huge.
Yeah,
the viewership would go insane.
They can take a page out of the 3v3 college competition.
They also do it the big 3 league, whatever they call it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big 3 league. Yeah.
It's just a nice change of pace and brings some sort of competitiveness
Definitely.
back, because you're not playing full court 5v5. You're not going full contact.
Yeah.
But a 3v3 I think will be good.
Yeah.
It's just like you're back in the park. It brings some of these players back to their old roots.
Yeah.
Which I think is
I
cool.
love the idea, but I don't want to get rid of the classical East versus West All-Star game, though. Like, I still want to have that in there somehow, some way.
So no,
Okay.
I just don't know if it could exist without being boring. That's the problem.
That's why we need to bring back the culture, the old culture of the NBA, where everything was competitive.
Unfortunately, it's gone now in the fact that
coming back.
These players make so much money, and they don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
It's tough. Because think about it.
But most of that money's guaranteed, though.
But here's the problem.
It's not the NFL.
Right,
where,
here's the problem for contenders, and a lot of All-Stars are on contenders. The All-Star week, for players that don't go, is when they rest and recover. These guys are playing a full game. They're tired. They have to travel, do all this stuff. It's a hassle.
It's one game.
It's one game, yes, but it's still, they could use this time resting.
Yeah. I just think there needs to be more pride. Like, it used to be like, oh, we're the East. We're going to beat these guys off from the West. Like, you know what I mean? It used to be like that pride. Like, you represent the East.
Too many players get
represent
moved around now. There's no allegiance to conference anymore.
Maybe that definitely plays into it. So,
Yeah.
Did you have anything regarding it? Any thoughts?
I think the dunk contest is a notable shout to be removed or make it more fun. Bring in the good players that we had back in the day.
But they don't want to do it, though. That's the problem.
I know.
Force them. Get out the NBA if you don't play.
No, but just maybe find like not scrubs. Like, don't give me Jericho Sims. People don't know who the hell that is. Don't give me Mac McClung. Like,
I mean, Mac McClung is one scrub that's like
decent,
notable-ish,
I guess.
But it's hard because, like, you know, dunking. A lot of players get hurt dunking. Like, it hurts.
Correct.
Slamming the rim, landing. It's like, I mean, both of us could speak from personal experience with that. It hurts. Like, it's not a.
I don't know that feeling.
You're a little.
I don't know that feeling.
You're a little pint-sized little man.
I have a 2-foot hoop I can dunk on.
I can Simba you up there.
Thank you.
Yes, you actually can. And then guys like Aaron Gordon, like, he's been shafted both times by the judges.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
So that's kind
Well,
of.
when you have Shaq as a judge.
It was D Wade that screwed him over.
Oh, D-Wade, come on! Your statue looks nothing like you.
Hey, look,
Ugly statue.
They showed him that statue multiple times during the building process, and he approved of it.
Really?
It's on him. I don't feel bad. Yeah,
That's an ugly.
It looks
statue.
nothing like him.
It's
like a
crazy.
It's
Completely
awful.
different
I think
black
it's like the Ronaldo statue.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh my god.
Because Wade was not that fat,
Nah.
and like
They
his
made him
face
look
looked
like
nothing like him.
What is it? The Giga Chat with the huge jawline.
Yeah.
They made him look like that.
But
Cringe.
But back to All-Star
Back to
weekend.
All-Star game.
I do think there's potential to revive the All-Star game. I'm curious to see what Steph and Adam Silver could cook up. Obviously,
Yeah.
they'll stay the same this year because it's too quick of a change. But we'll see next year if anything of note happens. And we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
So,
Indeed.
any final thoughts regarding this edition of Shower Thoughts?
Looks like the Nets are gonna win.
Fuck. But yeah, I think this was a good question. Something that needed to be brought up.
Thank you.
And Gio, next week it will be your turn for episode 31. And
All right.
hopefully you cook up something well. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of episode number 30 of the Floor Spacer podcast, lads. We've now done 30 of these. How do we feel?
Sore.
From what?
I don't know. I'm just sitting on my
What do you do?
leg.
What are you dunking?
Yeah, he's dunking, bro.
I was sitting on my leg.
Yeah.
That's why you got to sit normally. That's why I hate that the couch is there. We need y'all in chairs.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
We'll get chairs eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
We will.
But Gio, you know what time it is. We've reached that point in the video. What do they comment at home? Are we sticking with your word earlier?
What was it?
Paradox.
Yeah, comment down
Yeah.
Paradox.
Comment down Paradox.
Yes.
That might be my most high IQ moment on the
That
show.
was a very high IQ moment. It was
Yeah.
a great time to use the word for the context that you were speaking in.
Absolutely.
It was great.
So yeah, comment Paradox at home.
Yeah.
Next week, we have some good stuff planned for the episodes. I'll tell these lads after the show. I think I've already told them. But you guys will have to wait and see until the next episode comes out. If you did enjoy today's episode, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We're on the road to 3,500, 4K, and so on and so forth. Hit the bell, that way you don't miss an upload. We upload every day. If you're on Spotify audio platforms, drop a like, give us 5 stars, follow us, answer the polls. Follow us on our socials at FloorSpacerPod in the link below. Follow us on our personal ones. Get Geo to 1 million Twitter followers.
Do it.
I hope it happens one day. I think that'd be really funny.
Could you imagine that?
That'd be hilarious. You just see a 6-figure number. Or we'll just say 1M.
That's going to be you, bro.
No, it's going to be you.
It's going to be you, bro.
You. Geo's got that pull, bro.
He knows it's him. But.
He knows it's you. No. But yeah, excited for the in-season tournament to kick off. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see what develops among this Giannis Bucks situation. If he requests a trade, how fast the Bucks pull the trigger, whatever happens, happens. But lads, is there any final things you have to say for the people at home before we head on out?
That's wraps.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. We love you all endlessly.
Yes,
and we'll see you all next week in episode 31. Peace out.